Hey, Michelle. Can you hear me? Good, 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 good. I look like a darn ghost. All right, Sam, don't come in here spamming my chat with your gloves comment. How you doing, though? I hope you're doing okay. Hey, Tara. Hey, Demi. A little off color. Yeah, I look kind of white. I tried to go into my camera settings, but I couldn't adjust the lighting on my camera. Yeah, you can, Michelle. I tried to give you mod permissions, but I'm not seeing how to do that on here. I've got you as a mod on YouTube if I go live, by the way. Okay. Yeah, if he keeps talking about gloves, I mean, that gets a little annoying. Good. Good, good, good. You're welcome to come up. I wish I didn't look so pale. But it is what it is. So what's everybody doing? And welcome everybody. I just decided to do a spur of the moment live. Hey Vicky. Y'all come on up if you want to. I'm looking. I'm going to try not to keep you in the basement. I dropped the link up there, Vicky. Do you see it? Okay, there's my shell. There's my girl.
Hello.
Hey.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound good. Good and clear.
Good.
Yeah, I'm not seeing how to add mods. Maybe that's you're already a mod. Maybe that's why I'm not showing it. I thought I could click the three dots and it would say add as a mod, but it don't.
I think what you have to do is use a second device to do that while you're on StreamYards. You need a device that's in the YouTube land. But I'm blue already in YouTube, so that's fine.
Good. God, I look white.
If
How
I
do
need
you
to get
adjust your
somebody now,
camera?
tell me. I'll have to drop down to get them if I need to get somebody now. I can't do both on myself.
Okay. Hey, Vicky.
Hi, honey. What you doing?
Nothing.
The only way you can get rid of that whiteness is, I don't know, the lighting. They say you get one of those camera lights or whatever, ring lights.
Yeah.
Well, it's dark in there, and then the computer background is reverberating back to you too. So whatever kind of screen you're looking at is It's got you shady.
Yeah.
Or not shady.
Okay.
But
Well, I'm
it's
all
fine.
right, but I promise I'm not this white.
So, ooh. Oh, me.
I hope
Oh,
Amanda's okay. She hadn't come back in our little chat room. I was kind of worried about her. I hope she's
she
not in
didn't.
too much pain.
I hate when one of us says something like that and then disappears because I want a background. I want to know. I got questions. Not that I'm owed an
Yeah,
answer, but I got questions.
I didn't know what was going on. I was
I'm sure
working on
she's got her reasons. I'm sure she's
well,
got her.
yeah, but still, you always worry. I hope everything's okay. You know what I mean? Just
Right. Well, we all know how family can be, and we've seen it on one of her live streams. You know, her family. So,
Yeah,
who knows? Who knows?
that's family.
She'll come in and tell us when she wants us to know, though. That's how she works. I've come to realize. She gonna tell us when she wants to.
Right. And I'm a worry wart. Me and Vicky
I
both.
I am
We
too,
just
yeah,
'cause
worry.
I
exactly.
go
We
straight
have
to
to
the
know.
scenarios, and none of them are good. And then I have to talk
Well,
myself off the ledge. Like it can't be that bad.
no, I was just thinking because it seems like she was talking about something yesterday, but I was half paying attention, so I don't
Oh,
know.
I wasn't really in all of the combos yesterday, so I
No,
must have missed something.
I don't know what's going on half the time with the people.
I hear you. Everybody's got their own things going on, their own ways of dealing with it. I'm
That's
You
not
know
dealing.
what?
right.
I'm not dealing
Yeah,
with my situation very good at all. I've been head on into some sugar the last 3 days. So y'all pray for me not to do that crap no
uh-oh.
more.
You got to
Hey,
find you
guess what,
some
Michelle?
wisdom.
What's that?
I thought about you this morning when I was cleaning my sink.
Shiny stink, girl. Listen. I mean, that sounds like such a trivial thing, but it really does help me so much. It does help me.
Well, everybody's got something.
Well,
Like
yeah,
me, I like to play my little game. It keeps me calm when I get nervous, or you know what I mean. I play my game. That's my
right.
little pet rescue game, and it keeps me calm.
It's good.
You know, I
Uh,
mean, my
yeah.
grandson turns one of them's turning 16 in 2 days to 26, and then the other one's turning 18 on February 1st.
Oh
Oh,
no.
wow.
So I got the one. He likes those pop things. You know what them pop things are?
Yeah.
Those little figurines.
Mhm.
They're
The
called
stress
funky.
things?
No, they're like in
No,
a box. They're called
they're
funky
like
pop.
funky pops. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
What?
funky pops.
They're similar. They look similar to like bobbleheads from when we were little, but they're not bobbleheads. But that's what they
Oh,
remind
okay.
me of.
Yeah.
They
And
got all kinds of different characters, and they come in little
yeah,
boxes. And it's supposed to be real collectible.
I mean they got over 4,000 characters and stuff to go with them. So yeah, they're
Wow.
really
Yeah,
collectible.
I found him an ET because I figured that little ET would be come back. You know, it'd be kind of a collectible because
Right.
it's got a little. It's all dressed up in a little shirt and pants, and it's got a little telephone.
Uh, ET phone home.
Phone home,
Mhm.
phone home, damn it!
What the hell, Gail?
What the hell, Gail?
I think
I
about you every
always
morning
say
now.
that.
That my white chicken. That's Gail.
Lord have mercy.
I know, and it fits her because the way that chicken was sitting up there by itself on that roost, it reminded me of Gail watching over all of us.
Well,
Lord.
She was,
we think we've figured out why she's so separated because I think I've got 4 roosters and she's the only
yeah,
hen.
Well, you know what?
that's
I
what I think.
noticed. I thought they looked like roosters, but I don't know chickens, so
Right. Well, I've looked at pictures like endlessly, and like all of the barred rocks have those red things on their head. I forget what you call that at the very center of their head, but
Well, the
some are.
crown, ain't it? The crown.
Is it the crown? It's some bump or something. Anyway,
Yeah.
I've looked until I'm just can't. But this morning I seen the one we know is a rooster. He crows every morning, so I'm definitely he is the rooster. But 2 other ones were sounding like they were trying to crow this morning, and I actually seen them. So I'm thinking, oh great. So we've got at
Yeah,
least
you have to
3.
watch them now if you got more than one rooster because they'll fight each other when they get older.
Yeah, see,
It
they've done
sure
that since
does.
birth. They've done that since birth, like
Oh yeah,
bowed
they'll
up at
fight
each
me.
other. So,
And Jax is here. Cheryl's here.
but my dad
I'm
said
watching.
even the females will do that. So I didn't know one way or the other.
Yeah, they'll fight
But
for the territory. And if
yeah,
you got 4 roosters and 1 hen, well, God help that hen.
that's what I'm. Well, they're still young enough to where they're not. It's not a issue at the
His
moment. I just
name's
need to figure it
Gail.
out. Yeah, to hear the scale. Well, I think Big Bertha, which is the very biggest one, and that white one may be the only hens. But my husband seems to think all 4 of those barred, the black ones, are roosters. But we
They
shall.
really, to me, kind of had a weird sounding crow. I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it, but they just sounded funny when they crowed.
yeah. Well,
I guess I ain't really been around them.
he had only been doing it maybe 2 days, that video, the last video. So I think he was just learning how to do it. But when one
It's
starts
so
to
cute.
crow, the rooster, I know that it's a rooster, attacks the one that tries to crow when he tries to crow. So,
Oh,
but anyway, they're crowing their way
Hi,
into a pot.
Jax.
That's
Hi,
what they're doing.
girl.
They're going to be turkey dumplings if they don't quit it.
Chicken dumplings.
well, did I
I
tell
mean,
y'all
that's
that
right.
my neighbor's
Chicken dumplings.
chickens got out?
Uh-oh. That's
Yeah,
something.
they look
That's
like
not
they've got
fun.
about 12.
That's not
And
fun.
I know I saw 2 roosters. I thought they only had 1. No, there's 2. I just hope a
Uh,
dog doesn't get them before she can get them back up.
They are so
true.
quick, it is hard to get them back up once they get free, girl. Believe me.
I always wondered, why do they bob their heads? That's what gets me. Why do they bob their head? Why do they just bob their heads around all the time?
Well,
It's
too, their eyes aren't centered front and center of their head. That's kind of to the side. So I think a lot of that is they see some peripheral. Their whole vision is kind of a peripheral
yeah,
vision, if that makes sense, like
Okay.
through a
that makes sense. It's like
sphere.
bob, but
Yeah. So if they see any little thing moving around, they will bob their head and to see it better. So, but
Everybody speaking in the chat to everybody.
hello, hello. I
yeah.
cannot see the chat, so I'm sorry. I'm not trying to ignore
This
y'all,
is
but hello.
me, Andrew, come in. Jax is here. Cheryl's here. Tom Girl City Squad 73. Can we just call you Tom Girl?
Her
Girl
name's
City,
her name's Tara.
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 Tara and Tammy.
I
Hey
don't like to
Nora.
say, until I get to know them better, I try not to say their name because you know how funny people. We were just talking how funny people are. It's like you might say their name and it's all over.
Tom Girl is good friends with my friend Terry over at Light and Love.
That's right. I know Terry. She's a
You know,
sweetheart.
Terry.
Oh, Terry.
It's me, Angie. Is in the house.
Hello.
I'm working on the spring ideal I'm having for my channel.
Oh,
Right.
can you tell us about it?
Well, it's just going to be something that if you want to do it, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. But it's just an ideal I come up with, something simple, you know.
Oh, you gonna tell us about it on your channel?
Well, yeah, I was going to put a little, like,
She
do a
gonna
little video about it. You know me. I'll just
she
make a
gonna
little,
she gonna break it down for us.
yeah, I'll break it down.
I was
Step
jamming to
one.
her peanut butter video song on the way here.
Oh, did you like
It's
peanut
jamming in
butter?
the car now.
Yeah,
I had it
that's
turned
some
up
peanut butter then.
pretty good. Peanut butter.
I'm trying to do that, but I was going to do it like a, hey, Big Matt's here. Hey, Matt.
Hey man.
I've seen you for a good while.
Hey, Big Matt.
Look, Gail, you're just drawing men, honey. Look at you.
Tell me.
Really?
I like when
It,
she's
it all
get
depends
off
on the
Everybody,
the
come
drawing
on
too.
in.
Grab
yeah.
some coffee. I have a Bang energy drink tonight, though, not coffee. Is that all
Michelle
right?
apparently got a lot of sugar, so
I'm
she's
having
got some
tea.
sugar.
Well, today I'm not on sugar. That was the last 3 days. I did really good today so far. I know it's only like what 3:30, but I'm doing good today.
I've got a bottle of water, and then I poured me a little bit of that It's not good for me because it's so sweet, but I like it. You know how if you ever drink them Brisk tea
Yeah,
products, you see
yeah.
Brisk tea. Well, they
Uh-huh.
got one called Fruit Punch. The
It's
Brisk
like
does.
half tea and half fruit punch.
It doesn't say it has tea. It just says Fruit Punch. It's the
Oh,
only one that doesn't have tea on the
I didn't
end
know
of it.
they had anything but tea. So no, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it and it's hard to find now. I used to get it at the General Dollar all the time, but then the one down here stopped selling it. But then the one on down the road, they sell it. Now does that make sense? One store don't carry it and the other one does. And they're the
Well,
same stores.
I think the
Rita, hey,
Dollar
Rita.
Generals are. I think Dollar Generals though are stocked by their previous selling points. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all can't
Yeah.
actually order stuff, can you, Gail? You just get shipped what your store is supposed to sell.
That's right. Every once
Yeah,
in a while they'll send us they'll make us do a survey on the computer, but they
yeah,
never
Yeah.
ask us like I wish they would say, do you have any requests that's asked numerous times, like the most popular? But
right.
they don't.
They don't
You
ask
only
that. But
get what they choose.
right. They're supposed to, from what I understand, they're supposed to go by your previous sales of items to put in, but how do you know that their new item is not going to go over well if you've had that available, you know?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Arkansas's
That's like
having snow.
we sell ice cream, but don't sell ice cream cones. And we get asked about ice cream cones
Yeah,
at
the
least
kitties.
twice a week.
Yeah, the kitties want the ice cream cones now. That don't
The
make no
thing
sense. So,
about the groceries in the stores, okay? I agree with carrying the basics,
uh-huh.
and that's what they do. But I would rather see them carry more items besides
Yeah,
food. Like household items,
right.
got more garden items. You know
More
what I
what?
mean? More like garden items, more like household items instead of food, because all the stores have food in them now.
Well,
Some of them are grocery stores,
we get
but
garden items in the spring. They're already coming in now. We've already done set up the display for the garden sections. We just waiting on it to come in on the truck.
yeah, but I mean, like I'm saying, if they get rid of some of that food, like they don't need that cereal. They don't. I mean, just they could carry certain stores have food, but
Oh
all of
God,
them
y'all
have
look at
food.
this. Look what
What's
look what
that?
Matt's saying. Y'all pray
What
for
did he
Big
say?
Matt and his family. God, Big
Oh
Matt, be
no, it's early in
safe.
the morning. Oh Lord.
Be
Um,
careful.
I
let me,
seen on the news this morning, and on I go to
wait,
Google and
let
I
me
get like
read the.
I read their headlines, and they said there was going to be a lot of wicked storms out today all
Oh
Thank
dear.
you,
around.
Jax, and thank you for sharing me out.
Hey
I
Jax.
appreciate you, honey.
Hey, Ben
Hey Rita,
Lomper
I saw
Jr.
that ice cream girl. That cream you pulled off that milk, that fresh milk. Oh my Lord. Now y'all want to see some pretty cream? Go over to Rita's Roost and watch her video.
You're
She had
making her
milked
I'm
own
the
going
heavy
cow and
to.
she
cream.
had it in like this little churn, and she dipped
Oh,
a cup in it, and boy, that cream, oh, it was just beautiful.
I
that's
just
right
want
up
to get
my
my own
keto alley right
portfolio.
there. I need some
I
of
just
that.
want to go to Miss Rita's kitchen.
Man, I have never seen that before.
You not?
No,
You
I
ain't
have
never
never
seen
seen
cream
fresh
churned?
cream pulled straight off the milk. It's
Oh
something
yeah.
to go see.
She cooks everything, Miss Rita does. Don't have to
Oh
sit in
Mhm.
man,
her
I love
kitchen.
Miss Rita.
Mommy. I mean, she cooks the good old fashioned way, not the.
Yeah, right.
Hey Gina.
It's a lost
That's,
art anymore.
well, a lot of people were fortunate. Like I say, they grew up with somebody they could learn from too,
Right. Somebody that was
like
still
their
in the
mothers,
teaching.
their grandmas, and things like,
Right.
and their aunts. Best friend. My best friend taught me how to make gravy, homemade gravy.
My father-in-law taught me how to make water gravy. because
Yeah, that's what I'm
I couldn't ever get my milk gravy to come out right, and it really was frustrating me. He said, "Listen, let me show you a way to make that gravy. It's gonna work out every time. Gonna be
Yeah,
spot
that's how I
on."
make the water gravy.
And I was like, "There's no way this man is gonna show me how to cook better than what I cook."
I
You know, of course,
love some gravy now. Woo!
I was
I
young,
do
and then
too.
I did listen to him though, and he did know how to cook it. So
Yeah, we had gravy yesterday. I made salmon patties with rice and gravy and took my
yummy,
two co-workers a plate. Them
yummy.
girls, they whooped them plates down while I was standing there, y'all.
See what I mean? She's like that chicken that's standing on that daggone ladder, watching over everybody. And she's feeding them. Here, you need to eat. Get over here and eat. Okay.
Yeah,
Y'all should see them now. We took down that one side to that little platform thing that they walk up and down,
yeah.
and they're very confused that the one side is missing now. They just stand up there and look around over the thing like,
Yeah.
"What happened?"
Oh,
You're gonna give them disorder if you keep messing them poor chickens, taking stuff away from them. They won't know
Well,
what's going on. They won't lay no eggs. They'll be so nervous.
well, the thing is, Mike put it too high, and I'm short, and I can't clean it out with that sidebar on it. And he didn't want to clean it out. I'm much cleaner of a person to do that than he is, and so I was like, if you want me to keep cleaning it, you need to make it where I can reach it all. So he took it down. But
where
I
Yeah,
is
well,
it
maybe
that
put
Big
that up because
Matt's
I
at,
was
y'all?
scared.
Sorry to interrupt y'all, but where
That's
is it
right.
Big Matt's at?
I don't know, dear. I don't
Vicky, you
know.
know?
Texas?
where's
Is he in
what?
Texas?
Where is Big Matt located? If he's not still in here, he
He's
may
in
tell us.
Texas.
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 Yeah, I was thinking it was
I
Texas.
can't remember what the yeah him and Mama Mel and
It's middle.
his
I think
whole
it's middle Texas. I think.
Yeah, you mentioned tornado and Gail. That's when I lose my.
Yeah.
It tears my nerves up.
I'd still get afraid because that was the only actual bad storm I ever lived through was a tornado.
Yeah.
I seen it coming right toward our house.
I was
Three
in
of them
You
together.
saw the tornado?
Yeah, in
Oh my God!
1974. In 1974, it's been a long time in Xenia, Ohio. The whole town of Xenia, Ohio got devastated. And that's where me and my family lived. My brothers, my sister,
Wow!
my daddy. That's where we lived.
That was the year I
And
was
if
born.
my dad had stayed working at the school that day, if he'd have stayed over to finish up a job, we would have been hurt because the roof of that school came in, half of it did.
Mm.
And everything that I grew up with, my elementary school, the whole downtown, it was gone in a second, Gail. A second.
Hey,
And
Lisa D, come on in,
it was
girl.
weird.
Hey,
I was
Lisa.
like, what's that, Daddy? What's that, Daddy? That's what I kept saying. What is that, Daddy? Get inside. That's all I remember him yelling
Oh
at me. Get
God!
inside.
Look what
Okay.
Cheryl's saying. She's been through 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my word! Last week, I think it was last week whenever we had the bad weather. I was at
Yeah.
work 2 hours, hour and a half or 2 hours by myself. And the bad weather was supposed to hit while I was there by myself. Now y'all
oh,
talking about
Yeah.
somebody's anxiety was like this.
I remember.
I was so afraid, but thank goodness it held off until my coworker came in, and it wasn't as bad as they had said it was going to be in our
praise
area,
the Lord.
but it
Praise
got
the Lord.
close.
In a blink of an eye. Just always remember that saying, in a blink of an eye. Because them things can come out of nowhere. It could be a clear, sunshiny day, and all of a sudden, bam, here they are.
The tornado,
Well,
the
you know
one that
they
sounds
say
like a
January
train.
is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's all right. I just said, is the tornado the one that sounds like a train when it gets
Yeah.
real
Yeah,
quiet and it sounds like a train? Yeah, okay. I was little, but we went through one at school as well.
yeah, it does.
Hey,
They're wicked.
Christine, come
All
on
it is
in.
big, black, sometimes white, and all you see is stuff. I've seen stuff flying around. I can remember it. I still remember it. I was like 12, 11, 12 years old. I was going, what's a tornado, Daddy? What's a tornado? I remember saying, what's a tornado? I didn't know what it was. I do now.
Well, they
We
had
we
said that it was supposed to be near Star Fort, which is about maybe 3 miles from here. And they said that it was supposed to be there at like 6 o'clock, but then we never did hear any more about it. And then right before we was supposed to get it, it's like it lifted. It just
Oh, yeah.
lifted.
Wow.
Judy
Not
May. Hey girl,
Now,
come on in.
to be, but yeah, you just remember get under something.
Well,
Yeah,
we
but I
were at
mean,
school
what
when
are
we
you
went through the one
supposed
I
to
went
do
through.
when you're at work and you're working at a store
There
like
ain't
I do?
nothing you can do but
I mean, what are
survive.
you? Yeah, but you can't even prepare. They won't let you lock the doors. They won't let you.
Well, that's what
My
I mean. Hunker
the
down.
girl that was leaving me, she said, if it gets bad, Gail, lock the door and leave. I said, like you think I'm gonna lock the door and leave in the middle of a damn tornado? No, I'm not.
Let's drive through it.
I mean, by that time it's too late.
There's kids sit down on one of them
You know.
Yeah.
Sit
Well,
down
I
and
was scared to
take
death.
cover.
Caution to the wind. Just throw caution to the wind and think about what you got to do to get through it. Because there ain't
Yeah,
nothing in that storm or in that store worth your life, girl.
No
Nothing.
doubt.
that's
Yeah,
right.
no
Not
doubt.
that
And
thing.
January is our peak tornado season. I don't know about you girls where y'all live, but January is peak tornado season. Everybody seems to think it's summertime, but it's not for
No,
us. It's
spring.
January.
It's spring.
Spring for
I,
y'all.
I don't think I shouldn't say, but I'm pretty sure we're pretty safe out here in Cali. I don't think they're going to be, but I can't say for sure because things are strange.
Well,
This
I
year we
always
might get
thought it was
one.
springtime too. Well, I won't say springtime. I would say summer because that's when we
Yeah.
get the bad thunderstorms. But for tornadoes, it's January. That's when we get the most warnings, the most watches is in January.
And where are you, Gail, again? Where are
South
you at?
Carolina,
South Carolina.
South Kakalaki.
Right.
South Kakalaki. She's in Kakalaki. I like that. Kakalaki. That's the word.
Thank
Write that word
you.
down. That's one of them southern words.
Thank
You
you,
still take.
everybody, for coming in. I appreciate y'all coming over. Y'all just jump in the chat.
What are you making for supper, Gail?
Oh, I think my baby's going to pick some food up so I don't have to cook.
Oh, make sure you do something nice now. I
I
got a
always do
chocolate
something
cake
nice.
mix yesterday. I'm gonna make some
I thought about
cupcakes.
making some brownies after a while.
I'm making brownies tonight too, Gail.
Are you?
I am.
You gonna put
I got me some
marshmallows in it?
pecans. I'm going to put mine.
Oh, I can't do that. My husband's plain Jane. Don't put anything extra in.
I like the nuts, but you gotta. I like them. I don't like them real big. I like them small. You gotta, kind of
Vicky
crunch
don't
them
like
up.
them big nuts.
No, I believe in everything in moderation.
Ah, Lord help us.
Oh, Lord.
Here we go.
Billy's gonna have clam chowder,
Okay.
Campbell's clam chowder, and I'm just gonna have probably peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Oh, that sounds good. Anything where
I
I
got
wouldn't have to
some
cook a lot.
peanut butter.
I thought my
I got.
family was picky. This new daughter-in-law is picky. She be
Oh, well, you
picky.
better get her out of that pickiness. You need to
Mm,
talk to that dog
picky.
about him. Sit down and have
April
some
to June,
coffee.
this tornado can hit any time of the year. That's right, Cheryl. It's about that way here too.
I don't know why people bother being so picky. If you're hungry, eat what you got.
Well, the thing is that that generation ain't never been that hungry, Vicky. They don't understand what you say when you say that.
Mm-mm.
I think my kids think I'm joking sometimes with the stuff that I say. That
Honey,
like no, I'm being serious. You can't fathom it, but I'm being seriously serious. When I got married, I said there's no way when I got married that I'll ever have fried taters and beans again. Never ever would I eat that again for a meal. So, be careful what you say.
Right. I've got a grandson. He's picky too. He won't even try stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I really try to encourage him to try stuff, and he's just like, nope, not doing it. No, thank you.
well, you can't force them,
Right.
No,
but you have to give them. You got to make it so it's their ideal. You know what I mean? Like maybe one day get rid of all the food that he likes and only have what you have in there and see what happens.
y'all, he came in there when I was making them salmon patties yesterday, and his
Uh-huh.
eyes like to popped out of his head. He was like, Gigi, what is that? Ugh.
Oh, no, I gotta agree with him on that. I'm with him.
Um,
Mhm.
but when I make
Mhm.
salmon patties, I mean, I go through it and go through it and go through it, and by the time I get
Yeah.
done, it looks like chicken. It's pretty and white.
And you know what my patty would have been? All of your discarded stuff.
Ugh.
I eat the
Mm-mm.
bones and everything.
No.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. My
But
grandmama, that's the way my grandma made salmon patties, and I would not eat them. But now my mama, she makes hers the way I make mine, or I make mine the way she makes hers.
No,
right.
I ain't gonna
She
eat
picked
no
up,
Well,
she
daggone
picked out
I'm
patty.
everything.
I make them like that for the
That's
family, but
dangerous.
then mine has all the extra stuff in it, all the skins and bones and stuff.
Now I like what Lisa just said.
Would Lisa
My
just
mom
said.
used to make 3 different meals every night for my sister, brother, and dad.
I ain't
I
doing
said never. If my kids didn't want to eat what was on the table, they will be welcome to leave the table.
it. Yes, right. Go to bed hungry. I'll see if I care.
I tell you, I learned the hard way not to complain about what I had to eat. My dad taught me the lesson I'll never forget. Mm-mm.
Yeah, he took whatever he gave you away from you, didn't he? Didn't want to let you have dinner.
No,
What'd
he
he do?
made me wear that food at the table. I complained and whined and cried,
Uh
wanted to eat
oh.
it. He picked
Uh
it up
oh.
and put it in my face, and I had to sit there and let it drip off my face the whole time everybody else was eating.
You know what my
You
And
mama
know,
would do?
and went to bed hungry with nothing. And I never, ever, I swear to you, that day said anything about what he had put in front of me to eat.
No,
Now,
child.
I never, I swear, because that was, it was, I thought, boy, I didn't like him that day. I sure didn't like
No.
Daddy that day. I thought, Daddy,
You know what my
but it
mama
taught me
did?
a lesson.
You know what my mama did, Vicky? If you sat
What?
down at dinner and she fixed you a plate of food and you didn't eat it, you sat there until you fell asleep at the table. But if you didn't eat
Yeah.
that meal, that was going to be breakfast and dinner the next day. You were fed it 3 different times before she would discard it. You was going to
my
eat that
mama's mama
meal.
done her like that. Now,
You
my
was
mama
going
never
to eat
made me
that
eat
meal.
anything I didn't like. Um,
Well,
I wasn't very picky though. I mean, now I don't like okra. I don't like it. Now I think it smells good fried, but
mm-mm.
and I've even tried it again since I've become an adult, and I still don't like, still don't care for it.
It just don't
Um,
look good.
I don't like bologna. I think it smells good when it's fried, but I still, I don't like bologna. Um, I will try stuff though, and I always tried stuff,
Yeah.
coming up as a kid too. But Leland, my grandson, he
Mm-mm.
will not.
Yeah, my husband and my youngest won't. They're the same way. They won't try nothing they don't think they're gonna like, and they're not trying it. They'll go hungry. They don't care.
That now I agree with
Well,
Cheryl. My mama would say, if you didn't like it, you could spit it out, and I agree with that. I mean, at least try it,
The one bite rule.
smell it, smell it. Most of the time, if
mm-mm.
it smells good to you, you're gonna like it.
If it don't look good and it don't smell good, I will not eat it. I can go hungry. I can live off what I got on my body for a couple of
I
years.
wish
I ain't
y'all
got
could have
no
seen
problem.
my baby's eyes, y'all, when he walked in there, and I had just dumped the salmon onto a paper plate and poured the juice off of it, and it had collapsed open like this, and you could see all the
All those
bones
little bones.
and
He's
all
like,
the
"Oh
black
God, what is
skin.
that?"
And my baby's face, y'all, it was so funny. I
Oh,
told
that's
him, I said,
funny.
wait a minute now. I said, come back in here after I
Say
get
it to
done, not
him.
before I get ready to cook it. I want you to look at it. So when I got done picking through it and I had done patted it up and I hollered for him to come here, he said, no, that looks better. Where's all that other stuff? I said, in the trash.
Yeah, my dad made them real good. My dad made salmon patties real good. He'd do the same thing. He'd picture it. But like I said, I ate so many when I was growing up. That's all we had. Seemed like every other day that he was making them things.
They used to be a really inexpensive meat to buy, not anymore.
Yeah. With 5 kids, he had to figure something out, huh?
Right,
Oh, honey,
right.
salmon patties here. Guess what I paid for a can of salmon?
$6.50.
Oh no, it ain't that bad. $4.50.
$4.50.
Yeah.
I was gonna say last time I bought it, it was like
$4.50.
$4 something. So I figured it might have went up.
It was $9 something by the time I got done paying for it. $9.15.
What size of can was it?
Just your average size can,
12 ounce.
Yeah.
12 ounce probably.
like this. Y'all, them salmon patties was so good. And I wish you could have seen my girls at work. I'm telling you, they eat them plates while I stood there. And I was only there like maybe 10 minutes.
Dang, don't they get
Hey,
that food?
Victoria.
They don't
Are
get
they
home
young,
cooked
are they young
meals
girls?
often.
Huh?
Are they young girls? Like, do you think they cooked it for themselves or?
Well, Michelle said she hadn't had salmon patties in years because her mama wouldn't cook them and she didn't know how to cook them. And when she asked me what was I cooking, she had asked me the night before, "What you cooking while y'all?" She always asked me. And she said, "Oh, Gail, will you bring me one?" I said, "Yeah, I'll fix you a plate." And I said, "Who's working with you tomorrow?" And she said, "Anne Marie." I said, "Well, I'll bring her a plate too." And then maybe like an hour later, Anne Marie come in the store and I told her, I said, "Don't bring lunch tomorrow." I said, "Because I'm gonna bring you and Michelle a plate." Yep, and they were picking out.
No, you're so cute.
Excuse me.
Cheryl wants to know
What's
get
your
on there. What do you put in your salmon? Well, I make mine different now than I used to. I found an easy and simple recipe, and my mama give it to me. I don't even know where she got it from, but
Oh, Lord.
I use 2 cans of salmon whenever I make salmon patties, so that if somebody wants to go back for seconds, there'll be plenty. And 2 cans of salmon fed us. John went back for seconds, and like I said, I took my coworkers a plate. So that's 2 cans of salmon, 4 eggs, 21 saltine crackers, 2 tablespoons of mayo, whatever kind of mayonnaise you eat, and some black pepper, and a half of a large onion. And throw it together, mix it together, and it patties out perfect. And I fried mine in a skillet.
Ooh, see, I put 2 eggs, 1 can, cornmeal, a little bit of flour, and mine, salt and pepper. I've never heard of mayo. Is that just like to keep it held it together like the egg?
Uh-huh. And if you're just going to use 1 can of salmon, you just use 10 saltine crackers. And when I double it, I just put 21. So
You put saltine
20
crackers
didn't,
in your
20 wasn't quite
meatloaf?
enough. So I had to put that 1 extra cracker in there.
Do you put crackers in your meatloaf?
I do.
Ooh.
Hey, Finley. How
My
are you,
husband,
my friend?
my husband had me swap from saltine crackers to Ritz crackers, and he says he really likes it better.
What, in your meatloaf?
In the meatloaf, yeah.
Okay. I have had to use Ritz crackers.
Mark says he
Oh, there
likes it
goes
better.
Vicky. Playing
She Vicky'd
peekaboo.
herself. She Vicky'd herself.
I've been doing good, Finley. I hope you have.
Goodness, y'all. My wrist can tell I've been working hard today.
I'm glad it's feeling better, though.
Me too. Thank you so much. Kitty, hold on now. Okay,
Oh,
good.
Lisa D puts pork rinds in her meatloaf.
I do for
Child,
mine, for low
I
carb.
put whatever I have on hand in my meatloaf, and it's always really good.
I use those pork rinds too for the keto meatloaf and the
2 cans of some
GH2's
panko
sugar-free
breadcrumbs,
ketchup.
eggs, onions, and pepper, jack cheese. Now I have put cheese in mine. I didn't have any yesterday, so I just didn't put it in there. But
Ooh, I put bacon in mine the other night and then wrapped over a half slice of onion. Made the onion in the middle of it. It was so good.
in what?
In my meatloaf.
Oh, okay. Vicky will be back. She likes to play peekaboo. I don't know. She must have clicked the wrong button, or she might have to go wash her hands.
They do have that leave X in the wrong spot though, for real. It's like you're trying to do stuff. It's on my side anyway, on the cell phone side, trying to do stuff, and all of a sudden I've hit the X, and there I go. I'm going.
Oh, she's needing the link again.
She's
Oh,
what?
Lord. Let me see if I can do it. Needing the link.
My link.
The link. Drop that link.
Need a lighter, please. I'm short stuff.
All right, baby. There you go.
I had to hinder some guy from at Walmart again today. I was trying to get something off. Why is the damn top shelf so tall?
Well, Dollar General is like that too. I thought I had slept wrong. My shoulder and all was so sore one day, just all of a sudden, and then coming to find out, it's where I put up all those items, and I do this all day.
You
And I had to
overextended
get on
yourself.
my tiptoes to put the stuff up there.
Yeah. Well, I could see the box that I needed way back on the top in the back of the thing, but I couldn't get it. I even climbed. I mean, I climbed to try to get it, but I still couldn't get it. But anyway, this young gentleman come by and I asked him to hand it to me.
Come here, young guy. Come here.
I mean, he was tall too, and he had trouble getting it. So
You know that
Let me
happens
ask
to Bill
y'all
all the
a
time when you're
question.
small.
I don't know if it's the same on StreamYard or not.
Okay.
I know y'all say show your face before I let you up. How do you do that? I mean, I just took for granted it was y'all, and I guess that
You
wasn't too
just
smart.
ask them,
the
say
person,
show your face.
yeah, tell it if they know how to do their avatar, if they've got the avatar up there, because you got to make it do that. It doesn't just all of a sudden do the avatar.
See, now I saw you, Michelle, but I didn't see Vicky. Vicky didn't let me see her. I ought to kick her
Yeah.
out.
I I try to do that because you just never know. Because these clone people can just
Like
be
I've been
anybody.
kicked out of places before.
Baby, I would never kick you out. I'm just playing.
I've walked up to the doors and heard them lock them. I said, "Well, I don't want to visit you anyway. I'm going next door. They're nicer."
Uh-oh, look at here, y'all.
Gail
What
made
is
me
it?
change my avatar picture.
Jerry's not feeling good today. Said he's been in bed all day. Oh, God, Cheryl.
Oh no, these weather patterns don't help that
Hey,
any.
what's up, dude?
Come here, she's saying hey.
Grandma pushes and I was
Oh,
like, "Get out of here, kid!" I remember that face. Get out of here, kid.
Oh Lord, never a dull
all
moment.
right,
Hello.
goodbye.
All right, goodbye.
Yeah, I love it. See you in a minute. Go on, get your
Oh,
toys on.
Lord.
I
Man,
know
I
she
hope
is.
Jerry gets to feeling better. Do you know what's wrong with him, Cheryl?
He's pregnant.
Have a virus, or he's just not feeling
Pregnant.
good?
He's pregnant. I think you said he's pregnant. Oh my God. So matter of
Oh,
factly.
Jerry.
You watch. That'll be around YouTube in a minute. Watch. They'll be saying it in
Jerry,
somebody else's lives
Jerry.
tonight. You hear Jerry Beaver was pregnant?
The sad part about it anymore, Vicky, that's not like astonishing news because I mean, we know who Jerry is, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of Jerry's, quote, who, anyway.
Yeah, I
he's
hope he
better.
feels
Never
better
mind.
too. There's so much going around.
I hate you don't feel good. I'm so sorry, Cheryl. You tell him I'll be praying for him and his aggravating butt. I had to throw that in there.
Yeah. Well, that's because you say it with love. You know
But
what I
good
mean?
Lord, he's been in bed all day.
What's wrong with that?
Well, if you got chronic
I
pain,
mean, he's probably
one
feeling
of
bad
those
because,
things.
she said he loves to cook and stuff.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. She's telling on him, y'all. Look. Won't go to the
No,
doctors. I think he's getting something.
he's a fat head. He won't go to the doctors, and he's get. I know. I got one just like it.
I got one of those too.
I said, don't
Then
lay there and tell me how much, and then tell me, oh, you better get to the doctor. You better do what they say, Vicky, and then don't go yourself. It don't work in my world that way. You can't be telling me to go do it, and you don't. That ain't right. Of course, I got a buku. That every day I get a paper in the mail. I gotta go see somebody else, and I don't even know what I'm seeing them for.
Hey, Lisa, you want to show me your face for a second, baby?
I don't even know what I'm seeing the doctors for.
Judy Mae wants prayers for her brother, y'all.
Our prayers are going up for everybody. You all know out there, I pray for all of you every day.
me
Each time
too.
that goes by, everybody's in my prayers. Because
Lisa, let me see
2020,
you for a
Never
minute,
know.
babe.
Show your pretty face.
show us how pretty you are.
Oh,
Purdy. How
I'm
purdy.
pretty. I'm so
no
pretty.
camera on my main PC.
Uh-oh. Well, you can kick them
Oh,
off
now
quick if
you
it's
know
not
it's
her.
her. You gotta,
Come back
I'm
in
pretty
again,
sure.
Lisa. I'll chance you. Come on.
She's been
Right now.
sitting in chat for a while talking
No,
about
it's
this.
all right. Come on. Try again. You want me to drop the link again?
Drop the
Come
line.
on in, baby, take your shoes off. Come on. Oh, sorry.
Oh Lord, what have
Come
we said
on
about
in.
singing?
Hey, it wasn't me they said it about, so let's not go there.
There we go.
She said, well, don't make her be ugly. Quit singing.
Sorry about that. I
I
don't
can
have a
give you
camera on my main
Florida.
PC.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't mistake
Okay.
that voice. It's her.
How you doing, Miss Lisa?
I'm doing good, ladies. How are y'all doing today?
We
We're doing
good. We
great.
good.
I'm
You're
on the
good.
second line of the day. I'm doing superb.
Nice. I'm doing laundry today. Yay!
Oh,
And
I did
she been
laundry today
she
too.
on one of them happy pills. She on happy pill.
Me?
I can clean 10 houses now, by golly. Oh,
Well,
Jesus.
listen,
I don't
I
want to
do.
clean my
Some
own damn
days I
house,
do.
let alone
Some days
someone
I do
else's.
have three or
I
four. It
can
just depends on the
I
day.
clean, don't get me wrong. I ain't no perfection. I clean. I mean, you can walk through my house and there's places to sit down. And I got sufficient space that I can throw things under when company comes. Hide all my stuff.
Oh
I got
my
a sign at
God.
my
Let me
house
tell
where
you.
says,
Let me tell you a story,
Oh,
y'all. Let me tell you a funny story. When
okay,
I was dating John, he just all of a sudden told me, "Hey, I'm just around the corner. I'm coming over." And I'm like, "Oh
no,
my God, y'all! I had dishes in the sink. So guess what I did? I took
put
my
'em in the
dishes and
oven.
I put them in a big bowl, about like my bowl was about like this, y'all. Well, probably a little bit bigger. I put that bowl in my oven,
No,
y'all. I forgot about the
no,
bowl. And
no.
I don't know, maybe the next day or the day after, turn my oven on. I got to smelling something, and I'm like, oh no,
Ah,
I never done that again.
You would
oh.
be
Melted that bowl.
you would be surprised at the people who do that. Like
Good
hide all their
Lord.
dishes in the oven.
I don't
I
do
don't.
that.
I don't do dishes. They don't get that service from me. I'll clean your
The
toilet
only
and
thing I
wash your
do
laundry,
is
but
wash
I ain't
my,
washing dishes. Not doing it.
my pots and
I didn't have
pans.
a dishwasher, and
Right.
having little babies, and I,
Yeah.
uh, me and John probably hadn't been dating maybe 2 months. And I mean, he was literally right down the street from where I lived. And I just took all them little cups and bowls and stuck them in that big bowl and put them in the oven.
I'd have had an anxiety attack if he'd have came over on me unannounced.
I
Mm,
think that's a thing that fellas do when they like you. They like to catch you unprepared to see what you're really like. You know what I mean? They catch you without your makeup on, and you got your sweatshirt's got a big stain on it.
I
I'm
told
redheaded
him,
enough, I would have left
I
those
told him
dishes.
later on what I did, and I also told him I turned the oven on and melted that big old bowl.
Yes, Miss
man,
Cheryl,
I
I
bet that
agree.
was a mess. Boy, I bet
Oh.
that was a mess. Trying to clean all that up.
You gotta give me at least 30 minutes before you pop over.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
Oh,
want
like I don't
popovers at
like
all.
pop up company
Nope,
either.
nope, no
yeah, I don't
popovers.
like to be surprised. I won't let you in the door if I
You come
don't.
up on me unannounced, and you're gonna think I'm not at home.
You'll
I'm
Well, I
not
have
mean,
gonna
to.
answer the
I have a
door.
grandson that lives with me, you know,
Yeah,
so my
yeah.
house is not always perfect.
That's true.
It's lived in. It looks
Yeah,
lived in. My
it's
house
lived
looks
in.
lived in.
So
Well, I
I
got a sign at my house that says if you came here to see a clean house, you came on the wrong day.
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
like going to people's houses that everything's perfect, and then I move things when they're not looking, like little Rick and I.
Oh, I
I
got
Because
have
a
a
my
funny
story
story
for
about
you.
that. Oh, go for yours,
yeah,
and then I'll tell mine.
In the
they go
middle
get
of
the.
the in the middle of the war for the last 2 years, my mom calls me and is like, "Oh, by the way, your Uncle Joe's gonna be showing up to your house tomorrow." I'm like, "Whoa, what? Wait a minute." And I haven't seen my uncle in years, right? She told
Yeah.
me that they had a big old bus, travel camper, RV, whatever, and they had been touring the United States, and they were going to happen to be in Michigan, and they wanted to stop by in the middle of the pandemic.
Oh no, that ain't good for
I
travel.
have been self isolating for over a year at this point, dude. You're not just going to show up after traveling. I mean, it got so bad that he started cussing me out. I blocked him. I haven't talked to him since.
Oh
You don't
Lord.
just come up on me. Dude,
I
I've
mean, a
barely
regular.
seen you in my entire life. And in the
Yeah,
middle
that's
of a
not,
pandemic,
and
you're
you
just going to
don't
show up at
know.
my house?
His intentions might not have been so family like either.
Well,
Well,
that's
I've got
just
a family
freaking rude.
member. She went to go visit some. I'm not gonna call them names, but she went to go visit another family member that lived hours away. And the family member that lived hours away, her spouse, had health issues, and so
Hmm.
they were trying to stay quarantined, Lisa, just like you were talking about. And all of a sudden, and she didn't give no warning, no nothing. All of a sudden, boom, there she is. So what do you do in a case like that? After they've traveled hours, I'm like, and you're in the middle of a pandemic and you don't think it's serious?
Right. Well, see, my husband and I do have health issues. That's why even when
Yeah.
kids quit working and stuff, we were all self isolating. And we've been doing this for over a year. You think I'm going to blow that on a chance visit from somebody that I haven't seen in 15 years?
They may
And
never
they've
see
been
again.
traveling.
Yeah.
And they've
So
been
there's no telling
traveling.
where they've been, Lisa.
Exactly. So my uncle will just have to hate me. I mean, I've only met him like 10 times in my life.
Oh well,
I
he'll get
always
over it.
tell people like that, get in line with the other ones that hate me. Just stand in line with the other ones. Go, yeah, go to the back of the line and get in line. It don't matter to me.
Look what Cheryl said.
Yeah, what she
Look
said.
what Cheryl said. They be standing
Yeah,
outside
that's what
knocking
I'm
on the
saying.
door.
I didn't want that confrontation at my house
No.
Yeah.
because I would have done it.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think out of just being polite and you
I
don't
told my
just
mom, you better call him
hop
because we're
in
self
on
isolating.
somebody.
So unless he wants to
Yeah.
pull up and I can say, hey, out the door while he's about 12 foot away.
Just
Right?
stand on the front porch and wave. Bye, I'll see you. Great to
I'm
see you.
sorry, honey. I'm sorry, Unc. You know,
Yep.
Yeah. When this thing hit, I was glad at the point that I wasn't popular. That's the one time in my life I can say I'm glad people don't like me so much because I didn't have to worry about company or going around because I'm not a social butterfly. I never have been.
I
I,
like self isolating. I've been playing, I mean, I've been living this life forever. So it didn't bother me one bit when the pandemic came along. I'm used to staying home.
that's what I'm saying. You don't have to, and it's not a bad thing. I mean, to have a small circle instead of a great big circle. You know what I mean?
Yep.
right.
We like it
Because
And
that
they
way.
say as long as you just stay around the same people that you've been around, and as long as
right,
they do the same thing,
I'm not
yeah.
antisocial. I mean, I'm very social. I can be social online when I do work. I can be very social and friendly and all that. But
Well, yeah,
that
if
doesn't
you're
mean you get
paying
to
me
just
to be
drop by my
social,
house
that's
anytime you
different.
want either.
right.
If you're if I'm getting a paycheck to be nice, that's a different situation. I'll be Mary Sunshine every day
Well,
of the week.
I get a paycheck. You know what I told my husband? I'm
Yeah.
so nice at work, I make myself sick.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's my job. It's my job to be nice, to be kind, to be helpful.
Kill them
You
with
know,
kindness. That's all
Yeah,
you
but
want to
can
there's
say
be
to
other
people.
people
welcoming.
too. I mean, you got to play your customer. Now, I might come up there and not be in the mood for your Mary Sunshine. Just get me ringed up, lady. I don't want to talk about your life or your grandkids or your recipes. Just
Listen,
get my stuff rung up.
if
No,
you work
Right?
in that kind of situation, you learn not to ask questions about people like
yeah,
that.
I love you,
You don't.
Cheryl. And she said, and get the hell off my porch.
That's right.
because there was one time me and Billy went to the grocery store, right? And there was a younger lady. She must have been in her 20s, and she was talkative to the lady in front of me, and then I got in line, and somebody that worked at that store come up on this girl, and they started having a conversation while she was ringing my stuff up. And
Oh
Ooh, I
don't
my
you
hate
know
goodness.
that.
I was watching everything
Yeah.
she rung up? I was watching those prices,
Yeah, I
and it
don't
took
like that. That's
everything I
rude.
had not to say, listen, young lady. When I was in the workforce, if I did that on the job, they'd have fired me.
No doubt.
I've actually told people that before.
Yeah, but I kept
Like,
my tongue
excuse
because
me, you can have
they
your
don't like me
conversation in just
anyway.
a moment.
When I'm
Shut
done
up.
being the customer.
Do your job, girl. Shut up. I'm just teasing.
But you know,
Be a
I
ball.
worked at the local Walmart for like 7 years,
Yeah.
so every time I went in there, I get stopped 14 times. My daughter hated it.
Yeah. Well, I can see talking and saying a few things. If they were having a conversation, I don't even know what it's about, but and it was like the fact that you're dealing with somebody else's stuff and the fact that there's money involved in this and you're ringing things up.
Yep,
You're sitting there
Yeah,
talking, you might be double ringing.
that's
yep.
right. Or
I
you're
can't
trying to
afford
ring
that.
up somebody, and
Yeah.
times somebody comes through the door, they're saying, where's the cornmeal at? I mean, it's not, hey, how are you? They don't stand there to
Yeah.
wait for you to get done with what you're doing. And it's like they're
Right.
demanding an answer right then. And sometimes I just act like I don't hear them because I'm messing with
Yeah.
somebody's money. They can wait a minute. And then if they keep on, if they repeat their self, I'll hold up a finger like, wait a minute. I won't even look at them because I know if I do, they're going to get that daddy look that my daddy used to give me when I was in trouble. And that ain't a good look. Or they'll say, I need a key to the bathroom. Like, time they come in the door, I'm like, don't you see me with this money in my hand?
Right.
But you can't say that.
No.
So I just
No.
ignore them until I get done doing what I'm doing. And then if they say it again, I'll say, sir, I had that lady's money I was counting. Now,
Right.
I wouldn't
Or
do
I
that
was
with your
ringing
money,
her
and I'm not
up.
going to do it
Yeah.
with hers.
It's like I had to teach Billy. Billy throws everything up on the daggone counter all at once. Just throws it up there. And I said, honey, you can't do that. You have to take your time because you pile that up on somebody. That's how mistakes get made. Take your time and put it up there. I said, what's your hurry? Where you gotta be? Where's the
I
But,
damn
not only
car?
I not
but now
only do
what
that, I organize my groceries the way I want them
Yeah,
bagged.
the way you want them
right,
bagged, yeah.
right. Well, we go bag our own. Billy, most of the place we
But
go, you
don't
bag
just
your
put
own
items
now.
up there like one at a time because when I'm
Right,
bagging, I'm being graded on how
right.
fast I ring up. And if you're not
Mm.
putting your items up there long enough, I'll stop and wait on you to put more on the counter, and then I'll hit enter again for me to,
Yep.
because you're making me get a low grade if you're just
Walmart
putting
does
like
the
two
same
items on
thing.
the counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
See,
keep
if I
track of
do that
items
in the
scanned per minute.
store,
Yeah.
yeah,
And sometimes you have to tell a customer, I'm getting graded on how fast I ring you up. So, you just put your items up here and I'll pull them, you know.
yeah, like me, this is what I do. People look at me weird, I think, in the store. I'll
Well, I
get
can
some
tell
of it
y'all.
in my cart and I'll stop and I'll put all the cold stuff, the freezer and meat stuff all in one pile, and then all my canned goods and all my boxes. I'll do that in my cart and I'll go around fixing it. So when we get up there, it's easier just to put everything up there at once.
Yes,
Like all
ma'am.
the meat at once, and that's what I do. I organize my cart. I'll stop in the middle of the aisle or go to the side and fix it. So, because I get confused,
Yeah, I try
you
to put all
know.
my cold stuff together, all my cans
Yeah.
together, you know, all my box stuff together.
And people like it like that because if they don't have time to take all their groceries into the house at once, they can at least grab the cold stuff. Because I've had meat go
Yeah.
bad before in my car when I haven't had time.
Yeah.
Because they
Well,
randomly just threw it in with some kind of canned good.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. Hey, Outlaw, how you doing?
Well, people used to take pride in their job. They take pride in whatever they did. But now that's menial labor. I mean, that's like people don't have any pride. They want them big, high paying jobs now. Like the minimum wage went up again here. And then the prices in the grocery store went up again.
You know it, so they might as well left it the same.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
The minimum wage went up. It's going. That's what's killing us. That's part of the problem. I mean, it, I know that it's hard to live on what people make today. Period. But raising it as high as they did, $15 an hour to work at
going to
McDonald's,
grow
and
my
now
own.
McDonald's is phasing people out and going to the machines.
Yep.
How you doing? Welcome. Learning to
I'll
grow
tell
my
you.
own, y'all. Y'all make him feel welcome, please.
Hey,
Hi,
learn to
learning to
grow.
grow. He was here yesterday with you. I told you you're popular, Gail. Look at you,
I think I
girl.
seen him on Angie's channel too earlier. She had a live earlier.
Yeah, I was busy doing stuff in the background this morning.
Nothing irked me more than me working in McDonald's at Walmart for 7.5 years, and all of a sudden they raise the starting rate, and it took me 7 years to get to 12.50 an hour, and all of a sudden people are coming in and getting paid more than me.
Yeah,
Oh, I
15
was
an
not
hour.
happy.
Hey, I worked at McDonald's.
I worked at McDonald's after Walmart for about a year and a
I was in
half.
my 40, I was in my early 40s and working at McDonald's in the drive-through.
Yep, me
Welcome to
too.
McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Exactly, ma'am. I was at the cash drawer. You know how they'd have the double
Yeah.
drive through?
I love the drive-through. Yeah.
And my
They'd come
son,
in.
my son worked at the second window handing out the food. So, and we look a lot alike. They're like, and somebody said something. He's like, "Yeah, that's my mom." So the next time they came through, she's like, "Kevin's your boy," and I'm like, "Yeah." The other one's in the kitchen making your food.
Hey, Deborah,
I,
welcome.
people's gonna say, "Oh, you're a horrible mom, Vicky." I told my daughter when she got old enough to be able to get a job, she best be going out looking. That's what I told her, because that's the only. You can go to school and sit at school and learn everything you want and get those high paying jobs, but you don't have experience out in the real world, you'll not make it. I said,
That's
best
right.
experience you could get is get you a little job, make your own money.
They
What you
liked
do with
me.
it's your choice, but
They liked me at McDonald's when I put in my 2 weeks. They begged me to stay. Like, we'll cut your hours, we'll give you, whatever you want, and la la la. And I'm like, no, I'm done. I gotta go home.
shoot, I moved to California. I quit and moved to California.
I've never
I
worked at
found
McDonald's, but I worked at Burger King, and that was the only job I ever got fired from.
Just throw somebody's hamburger in that car, Adam.
Oh,
Kill
Lord,
me.
and I ain't going to tell you why I got fired because it wasn't good.
Oh, I taught some
It was not,
mean
it was
things
to
to
my
someone.
own fault. To my own
Uh-uh.
There,
fault. I
see.
had nobody to blame for that one but me.
Well, we all got fired from something.
I
I got
think I
fired
was
from a job
about,
one time
I
because
must have
I
been
took
about
too long to clean a
22
house.
maybe when I got fired. What'd you say, Michelle?
I got fired from a house one time because it was taking me too long to clean the damn thing.
Well, it must have been too nasty.
Well, I said that's what I said. I mean, you hire me to clean it. If it's still nasty, I got to clean it till it's not nasty no more.
Right.
I never got fired. I worked for some temporary companies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my assignments ended, but I never got fired.
Child, I was so stupid. I mean, stupid. I was, now,
Mm.
Burger King wasn't my main job, it was my part time job. And I'd only been
Yeah.
working there like maybe a month. And I then got off of one job And me being me, what did I do? I went and fixed me a little cup of vodka and orange juice
Uh-oh.
while I was getting ready to go to Burger King.
There
And
you
this
go.
and this person that was my favorite person I worked with, she said, I think Gail's been drinking. She smelt the vodka on my breath and went and told my boss, and he pulled me to the side. He said, you don't know how bad I got to do this. He said, but honey, I'm going to have to let you go. I can tell. He said, now, I'm not saying you drunk. I said, no, I'm not. I said, yeah, I did have a drink. I said, while I was getting ready to come to work, I had one vodka and orange juice, like a small one. And, yep. He said, I got to let you go. I said, all right. I said, I respect that. And it was a lesson learned.
Yeah.
Listen, you
Yeah.
cannot
Yeah.
smell vodka unless it's seeping out of your pores.
No.
Well,
Well, to a
she knew
non-drinker, you can. If you're not a drinker, you can.
Yeah,
because
you
I
can.
did not tell her. I did not tell her. I already knew she didn't like me. I knew she wasn't my favorite person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I
But I
know.
didn't get mad at the man. And the guy was really nice. And he told me that he hated that he had to let me go. He said, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to. And I said, I respect that. And like I said, I learned that lesson hard. But I was only doing that for extra money for Kayla
Mm.
for Christmas. So I screwed
I was just
myself
sitting
on
here
that.
thinking. I was asking, can I have my employee meal? I've been drinking. I don't want to drive home without eating something.
Oh, that was so
Well, before
stupid.
we make it official,
Stupid.
can I have my damn lunch for today?
Well,
I got fired once
you
because they said
probably
I
ain't
was
the only one that's
overqualified.
ever done that,
Wow.
girl. You ain't the only one that's ever done that. I had a boss that worked at McDonald's. I started on the night shift. I didn't like the night shift at all. I didn't want to work nights in that place. But
Cheryl
anyway,
said
I
she
had to
got fired
start.
for telling her boss where to get off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep, you'll get fired for that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
They don't like to hear that at all, especially if
Oh
they're
my
gonna
word.
My
work.
daddy taught me
But
the best
sometimes they
lesson.
need to
He
hear
said,
it whether they like it or
No
not.
doubt, no
if
doubt.
you don't like somebody, just sit there and think about what you're going to do to them. Like I had customers come in there and say, I don't want no
Really?
onions. I don't want no pickles. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why don't
Oh
you stay home
God.
and make your own damn hamburger then?
Oh my
Well,
God.
you
Look
got
what
to
Jimmy
look at
said. Jimmy said I used to drink. I was actually flammable out walking around. Oh God. But I mean,
My
that's
first
just,
my
I
first
was
job was
young.
McDonald's. I
I
Yeah.
was
actually put
young.
in
I
an
think
app for
Caleb was
Burger
like a
King
year and a
and
half old.
McDonald's, but McDonald's called me first.
And I
yeah.
don't know what I thought that one drink was gonna do. I mean, I only had
Cal-
one drink. But
Calm you down,
why even drink one drink? But
calm you down enough to deal with the idiots that come in there. I can
no,
see
Yep.
why you
Yeah.
did it.
Okay, I'll tell you what I
congratulations,
did.
Demi. Demi says she's 7 years sober.
Almost.
That's excellent.
Right.
Amen. All
Awesome.
right.
Awesome.
That's about
Ain't
when I
nothing wrong
started
with
drinking
that.
was 7 years ago. I was 48 years old when I started
Drink that.
drinking.
My sister used to love that vodka. But God rest her. She'd have her little bottle in her sink. She didn't think anybody ever knew. You know, I'd come in there, sneak up behind her. What you doing, Jamie? She'd jump. I catch her getting her little nit. She'd have to have hers in her coffee. But that's just the way it was. But she never got, she'd always have a drink in the mornings. We kept putting in her coffee.
Well, I tell you, I fussed at myself all the way home. I'm like, you big dummy. Why would you do that? Why would you
Yeah,
do
now
that?
we don't
And
do
then you know
that.
you was working with that heifer.
You knew she was gonna rat your ass out.
Oh my word.
She wasn't
Yeah,
Heifer,
nobody at all, girl.
that heifer.
but I should have known better. I should have known better.
Yeah.
I'll tell
Well,
you
at
what,
least
Miss
you should
Cheryl.
have thought about getting you some breath mints or chewing some gum.
I
I'll tell you
had
what,
to
Miss
have.
Cheryl. When I was, I don't know, around 32, I would think. My kids were little, and I took a part-time job at Publix, and I worked in the fish and seafood department. I mean, the meat and seafood department. And this male manager, we were closing one night, and I had just finished cleaning up the seafood area, And he comes and stands beside me, starts talking about this lady out in the meat area picking her food out, right? And then all of a sudden he goes, "Hey, does the carpet match the drapes?"
Lord.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, like I'm a redhead, so he wanted to know if I was redhead everywhere.
he wants to know if you're a true gender.
I quit
Shut
on the
up.
damn. I'm not playing. I
Mm-mm.
was so disturbed, I quit on the spot.
I'd say
Well,
Like
his
I
look what
left and I
Cheryl
went
said.
home.
Look what
I'd
Cheryl
say,
said.
I mm, yeah.
I think the boss had a hard on for me or something, and I got fed up with. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, apparently he ended up getting transferred, and at one point he started talking to my daughter, and I gave her the warning, like, you stay away from Rodney.
Wow.
That is, man
That's
is
awful.
disgusting.
I
He was
said, come
married and
out here
had
in the
3
alley.
little
I'll show you
kids.
some carpet, buddy. I'd say, come on out here in the alley. I'll show you some carpet. Come out here and look here. Boom! I'd hit him over the
Oh
head with
goodness.
something.
Look at here. Look what Cheryl said.
No.
She was 18 years old, y'all. He was 50.
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
He wouldn't have known what to do with you, Shirley, if he had you.
No doubt. Most of them like that won't.
And that's
Have
what
y'all
I
seen?
tell him.
Have
Honey,
y'all
you
seen
wouldn't
the
know what to do
viral
with me if
waitress?
you had me.
Have y'all seen the viral video with the waitress gets fed up with her customer talking to her like that, and she body
No.
slams his ass to the floor?
What?
Good for
She
her.
she walks by and he slaps her on the ass and says something, and then all of a sudden he's on the damn ground, face down. She done got his arm up behind him, and she waited on the cops to get there.
Wow.
I'd tell you a
Well, good for
story.
her.
I would.
No
I'd
doubt.
tell you a story along that line, but you guys probably wouldn't believe me. But
We
I'll tell
believe you.
you.
Jill,
Men like that's the
try.
reason why I carry a bra knife myself. So
At one time, I had a part-time job making extra money, like you was talking about, as a bartender. Okay, and I worked the day shifts once in a while. And there was these people come in, they play pool. They get ready for tournaments, they play pool. And sometimes I wasn't busy, so I was learning how to play pool. Well, this one fella kept patting me on the butt, and I told him a few times that he's gonna have to stop that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, I was young. I was younger than girls. I didn't even have my daughter then. This is where I had Tasha. And I kept telling him, and finally it made me so mad I grabbed a hold of him and I stood his butt right over that damn pool table, and up he went and ran out that damn door and never seen him again. I said,
good.
I
Thanks for
told you
laughing.
and told you, and I had enough, and I did. And it was just a
Well,
little dive. It wasn't no big bar. It was just a little old hole in the wall place,
yeah.
but it still,
Right.
it was like, it was an experience. And I couldn't believe I did it, but man, it made me mad. It's like, can't you see
Well, you
something else?
sometimes you got that power when you get upset or when
Yeah.
something just hits you just right. You got powers you don't even know you have.
It's like if I want you to hit my bottom, I'll let you know. But as of now, you're not the one. You know what I mean? It ain't yours to be patting.
Like, I mean, how many women after being treated like that is going to say, "Oh my God, take me home"?
Right?
Like
Yeah.
what?
Oh,
Who?
you're my king. Let's go, honey.
Right? Let's go, baby. You
Every
slapped
one
it
of
just
them.
right. Take me home. The hell?
Deborah said, I didn't get fired from Burger King, but there was a woman with 4 kids who would come in and get 2 large fries and a Whopper, feed her kids on Friday. I made it my business to have her come in at 9 when the manager was leaving, and I made shopping bags of food for them for free. Call it stealing, but they
Oh,
were in need. Oh, man, bless you.
yeah.
Bless you,
And
bless you.
Yeah.
one time while I was in Georgia, um, it was in the middle of the winter. I think we were down there in hospice with my mother, so it hit me the right and wrong way at the same time. But anyway, we had been going to this little Martin store across the street, which is a biscuit place. If y'all don't know what that is, but there was a homeless guy pushing a shopping cart many a day out in the parking lot or across that big highway. And so I seen him at the Martins that time. So in the drive-through, when I get up to the front to pay, I asked that manager. I said, "Is that man homeless? Do you know for sure?" And I mean, she went off about how rude this guy was of coming in smelling and stinking and being. Oh my God! Listen, I went in the store and I was like, your manager just disparaged this poor gentleman all over the place just a minute ago. And what I was going to do is I was going to buy him a gift card so that he didn't have to beg somebody to get him a cup of coffee in the middle of January, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she refused to take my order while I was out there. No, I will not give that man any free money. He gets zero free from me. I was so appalled at this
Mm.
lady. Was like, I have to go in and make it a point to, harass and embarrass her in front of God and everybody.
Yeah, call
It's so
her out.
rude.
Yeah, it's like the people are entitled. They think they're entitled.
Like, you don't know what happened in this man's life. I don't know what happened in this man's life, but you were still going to get money. You should have took my money and did what I asked you to do and gave the man the gift certificate.
That's
It was
right.
just so rude. Anyway, I
Hey,
ended up giving him
Ashley.
$50. I
When
was
you
so
work
Oh,
at
you know,
happy.
I
Walmart,
wanted.
sometimes
Yeah.
district will call up all the different stores and say, "Hey, we're getting visitors. Such and such a store needs help." So they'll send a few people from every Walmart around to that store to help them, right? So a friend
Yeah.
of mine, we went. She drove. She got the mileage and all that. But it was like February, and it's in Michigan, and we went to Taco Bell, and there was a lady sitting in there already by the door, and she was talking to herself and just talking in general and la la and this, that, and the other thing. And, you know, I guess they were used to her being there. They didn't kick her out, I guess, because it was February. But, you know, she was
Yeah.
talking about how she was hungry and she could go for a cup of coffee or whatever. And we had sat there for most of our lunch break, which was about an hour, and we were there for about 40 minutes. So I went up to the register and I said, "Can I get a chicken quesadilla and a hot cup of coffee? And if you don't mind, can you leave a little bit of room at the top for the coffee? Because I don't know if this lady wants cream or sugar, you know?"
Yeah.
So I bought and paid for it, and they went to deliver it to her, and she was so nasty. "Oh my God, I hate chicken. Why would you not ask me?" Well, because I was
Oh,
trying to do something nice for you. Who
oh,
doesn't like chicken?
right.
I mean, if you're hungry, you're going to eat a damn
Well,
chicken
give it
and
back and
cheese
you don't get
Yeah,
nothing.
quesadilla,
How about that?
right.
right? I, and
Don't even give her the
And
hot
I
coffee
sat
either.
there appalled at her behavior for nearly 5 minutes. And we walked out. I said, I stopped at her table. I said, "By the way, this is why I will never help somebody in need at a restaurant again. You're the
Right.
reason."
Right.
If she was hungry enough, she would have ate it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And I
Ashley,
kind
we've
of
been
feel
missing
bad
you.
for the
Where you
people that work
been?
there because, you know, they kind of had to deal with the fallout. But
Yeah. Well, the homeless situation here in California is awful. I'm telling you, it's awful. They're they have locked everything up in every store we got. They're locking formula up. They're locking beef jerky up. They're locking it away. You have to ask to get things now because there's so many people that are homeless out here. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, but I'm saying, you do what you got to do to survive. I understand
Right.
that.
Right.
But the stores have
Right.
no choice but to stop. Yeah, and you have to stand there for a half an hour to wait to get something.
Miss
Mhm.
Ashley, I agree with that. It probably was a case of mental illness, but that was 8 to 10 years
Yeah,
ago when it wasn't as prevalent or well known. That a
yeah.
lot of people are off their meds and you have to be careful with
Oh,
dealing with folks and
yeah.
strangers and stuff.
That's right. Well, Ashley, I'm glad you chose to come in here. Good to see you.
Hey, Ashley, Ashley, Ashley. We haven't seen anybody because nobody's been doing lives. I
She
have
said
been
she's been
going to
laying
many
low.
lives. I haven't been going to many lives. I said that yesterday since 2023 hit.
I was hoping Mander was gonna pop in here. She must
But
really be in a lot of pain with that back.
but she don't got no way but knowing you're on because earlier, remember?
She's
Because
got
I said,
YouTube.
Huh?
uh-uh. Yeah,
No.
but if she's
You
not
you
looking, then she won't
you
know.
you
If
can
she's
have
not what?
messen you can have Messenger without having to have the Facebook app.
Yeah. Yeah. You still have
Yeah, but
Messenger.
I
I
just
don't
sent,
have.
but wait, I sent her one and the message was declined because it's not her account's been shut down.
Oh.
Well, I mean, unless you took the messenger off too,
I mean,
you
I
can
don't
have
know. That's
one
just
without the
what
other.
I just checked
Well, I
because
mean, I didn't
I
delete
was
my
carrying them
Facebook. I
out.
mean, I just don't
Well,
go on there anymore, but I didn't
that
know
might
if
have
you
been the
don't
reason
have.
why she wasn't answering our questions from earlier. Then
Exactly.
I didn't think about that. I was just thinking you could have the, you could have messenger without having to have the app.
Well, I'm glad you told us that, Vicky, because I would have still been expecting her to come in.
True.
Yeah, but
I
okay,
don't
all
check.
right. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. She sent us that message. So how she sent the message if she don't have it?
Well, she sent the message so we would know that
Before,
that she was doing it, so not to be worried, I guess.
because she left our group, but she's gone out of there.
Okay. Well, I didn't know
Oh,
that.
I didn't see
I
that she.
didn't know either till I come on earlier. I just seen
Well,
all this earlier.
at least she told us first.
Yeah, thank goodness she told us. Thank goodness she
Okay.
respected us enough to tell us. I mean, if you do what you got to do for you,
Well,
that's good for
Right.
well,
you.
that's
I've
the
always
reason
said
I
that.
didn't delete my Facebook. Now I'm being honest. That's
Yeah.
the reason I didn't delete my Facebook because I wanted to keep the messenger, and I wasn't 100% sure if I deleted Facebook if you could still have the
Yeah.
messenger. So I just don't go on Facebook no more. I didn't disable it and I didn't delete it. I just left it alone.
Right.
I don't care what my family thinks of me. I know what they think of me. It's all out in the open. There ain't no hiding it anymore. Or my friends or people who don't like me. Whoever's on there causing me trouble is more miserable than I'll always be. That's how I try to tell myself. I used to worry about it a lot more than I do now. And I finally come to the conclusion that they're wasting their time being ugly.
That's true.
Hey,
And
Batwoods.
Getting the bad juju.
yeah, because
Bad juju.
there's a million people out there that somebody's got to want to talk to me. I'll find somebody.
Well, I use Facebook Messenger to talk to my kids, and plus that's sometimes when you can't send a message through your regular phone message text thing,
Yeah,
it'll go right through
right.
Facebook Messenger like that.
Yeah,
Or a video, you can't send them off your regular phone because it's too
yeah.
big.
That's how
You
I
can
got
upload
it.
it and
Yeah,
send it through Facebook Messenger. So I don't
Yeah.
want to
that's
lose
how I
my
got it.
Facebook Messenger.
Like when my grandson got his package today, so he called me on Messenger, so I got to talk to him.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I got on Messenger too. Was just my daughter and my grandson. And I got two friends from years ago that I hooked up with again because they moved. One was married to Army man, the other one she moves all the time. So you lose contact sometimes until you catch up
Yeah.
again, you know.
Well, I mean, I've got
And
pictures and messages from people that's passed and my children and grandchildren's pictures on there.
yeah,
And I don't want to lose all that either. That's another reason I didn't want to delete it.
now you got us.
Right.
That's right.
It's
And I
always been
appreciate
us.
y'all too.
It ends up being us three, doesn't it, girls? You notice
It
how
does.
that's
Yeah.
us three.
Well, she did say see you around YouTube. So
True.
Yeah,
that's why I was hoping she would come in. But I
well,
didn't
maybe.
advertise that I was coming on either. So I guess
I know
I have to keep that
you
in mind.
did. There's a thumbnail up that says you were
I was
going.
fixing to say you
Yeah.
must have scheduled it earlier today because I seen it on there before you come up live too.
Okay.
Yeah, for the 24th. Yeah, you did good with your thumbnails.
Hey
I
Lisa, I
love
wanted to
making
ask you
thumbnails.
something. Oh,
Uh,
that's my banner.
okay.
That's my banner
Oh,
on
your
my
banner.
channel. Yeah, I just left it as a default. Lisa, I wanted to
Hey,
ask you a
Becca.
question.
Okay.
Um, Camo and Bose, I tried to add her and I can't find her.
On YouTube,
Yeah,
you want me to look for her link and share it with you, or
I would appreciate
Drop
that
it
because
in YouTube.
I
okay?
said, "Oh my
Anybody?
God!" I said, "Maybe she blocked me." But if she blocked me, she wouldn't have came on my live yesterday, right?
Well, if you don't have her
Well, you wouldn't
blocked,
think so.
No, I don't have anybody. I've got one person blocked, and that's it. And
she
he's a troll.
she can still come on your side even if she's blocked you from her side.
Yeah.
But I mean, not that that's what she did. I'm just saying you can't.
Right, right. I just know I tried to look her up and it was coming up all kind of stuff camo, but I couldn't find her channel to add her.
Anymore, you
Wasn't
really have to have it just dead on. Like if she has an AN sign instead of AND, or you have to like look for it specific. I've found a
can
lot
I
of
put it in
problems
the
with that.
private
And
chat.
I
write
thought it
her
was just
name?
It's
I
in
thought
I
it
put
was
private
it in
just
the
chat.
plain
private
camo
chat.
and booze. That's what I was thinking, Lisa.
Well,
What's her
she's
name?
camo and
Camo
Bose,
and booze.
but she has an apostrophe S for Bose.
Okay, maybe that's
But
what I
I
didn't
Camo
put
do.
and
I put her
Bose.
link in the private chat.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, so she's got and as an and sign, not AND, and then apostrophe S at the end.
But some
Ah,
but
But
sometimes if
she don't have any content though.
no, she usually just
no,
She's
visits.
she
just
don't.
she's just a supporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um when you look somebody's name up, like I know she had an apostrophe S, but then uh YouTube, there's a little at the top on the kind of on the left hand side above all the names, there's a filters, and you click on that and you go to channel, which is in the second column, and that's how I found her right away.
Okay.
Like you could scroll page after page, but if you go to, just YouTube and type her name in, and then it'll say filters,
Okay.
and you hit the filters and then type the second column, it says channel, brought it right up.
Yeah. What you talking about, Outlaw, would add you? I already got you, baby. You know I got you.
Cheryl, I'm having a BLT for dinner. She asked what we was all having for dinner.
I'm making
Uh,
burritos.
John's going by this family restaurant and gonna fix us a plate.
Yummy.
Outlaw, we talking about all kind of stuff. We all over the place. You know how us women are.
Just an old friend we used to hang out with and are able to hang out with again
This is
recently.
just called coffee table chat.
There you go.
That's right. Yeah, I
Of
always
course,
enjoyed
I want.
camo.
Oh,
Like I said, I lost a lot of people, but
But see,
so it's
now
good
you're
to
going live on your own, and they'll come back. The ones that truly maybe they don't
true.
know,
The
they'll
ones who
come
I
have
back.
didn't know if they were because that
seen the
person
live.
was really bad about talking about other
Well,
people.
but
And I didn't know if she was gonna bash me after I left or not. So, I
this is
just
the
didn't
thing though,
know.
Gail, like you never used to go live or make shorts. I found you through the shorts. I'm like, "Oh my god, she's posting."
Okay,
So
Yeah, that was like
I
pulling.
subscribed.
Yeah,
good.
that took a lot of talking her into doing them, huh?
It
Well, I
did.
didn't even take credit, but we were trying to get her to do short. I got almost 400 freaking videos. We got 600 community members, and I got 400 videos. Go figure.
I stopped making videos about a year ago, but I still have 865 people subbed.
Yeah, well, I just make shorts. I like them shorts.
I
I
used
like
to
them
go by
short
every
videos.
once in a while and leave you a comment that said, "Hey, where are you? Come back.
You know
What's
what? I saw
going
one
on?"
the other day. It was from 5 months ago. I'm like, whoops.
Yeah,
I'm like, "What
yeah,
the
that's how
hell?"
I get mine.
Like, Lisa, where are you, Lisa?
I think this
I was
comment was
trying.
something like, "It sure was nice to see you the other day somewhere," and I don't remember where you said. And I
Exactly.
realized it was 5 months ago. Like, oops. But I had to leave for my mental
No
health
doubt. No, yeah,
for a
I
while.
understand.
Well,
I
sometimes you have to take a
totally
break.
understand.
Yeah.
You just have to take a break.
Oh Lord, it got nuts for a while. I was about ready to hop on the plane and go do some kicking button.
Well,
Kicking
I
butt.
love my YouTube, but I have been stressed um quite a few times on here. But I mean, all you gotta do is
Son of a
leave. You don't
biscuit.
have to say anything ugly. You don't have to talk about nobody. Just leave that channel. That's all you gotta do.
Girl, we'll have to talk on the phone about what happened recently.
Oh
We got
Jesus.
they need a bully squad on this daggone town. They need a bully squad. And people come in just there ain't no But again, it's social media, and you guys can't tell me. I don't. I mean, maybe I'm gonna get some people say, "Oh, Vicky," but there ain't a one of us, and I'm guilty, that hasn't said something wrong about somebody sometime in their life that
That's
maybe they
right.
shouldn't have.
And I
So,
agree, but when you have such hate and malice in your heart,
Yeah.
that's completely different.
but that's the times. That's the time today. That's what the world's about today.
I know it's
It's
crazy.
abundant.
I
And
was in a
this is
live
the
stream last week.
rebrand for it.
I was in a
YouTube is.
live
It's a
stream last
rebrand.
week, and the host was talking about how somebody told him he that they wished he would die. I'm like, who does that?
Oh my
Yeah.
word.
I know, like, how could it ever
Oh,
be so bad that you would wish somebody dead? That's
No.
crazy.
Well,
I've
like
been
I
in
said, I
live
mean, if you
events.
don't like the person, if you don't like the
Yeah.
content, you don't like the channel, leave. Just
Exactly.
leave. Somebody, it was a bigger channel, a larger channel that I watch. You know, when you share stuff, people's always got a better way of doing it than you. They always, well, you got certain ones that's gonna say you didn't do that right, or you shouldn't feed your chicken, whatever. Um, this is what you ought to be doing. They always have a better way of doing it. Well, I mean, if you don't
Mhm.
like the way I do it, get out. Get
Yeah.
Right.
out. There's the door. You can go out the same way you come in. I
And
hope you stay.
a
I
long
hope
time
you
ago, I
stay.
shared a spaghetti sauce recipe, and I use a lot of canned or jarred products. Oh, I got tore up for that because I used
Oh,
some,
no.
stuff. Like, if you don't like the way I make it, that's fine. But this is how I make it. I'm just showing you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
holy
you gotta
cow.
wait. And then people that tell you, "Oh, you better get ready for the end times." Well, I'm ready. I'm gonna bend over and kiss my butt goodbye when the end hits. What else the heck am I gonna do? I mean, everybody's got
Well,
their own way. Don't tell me how to live my life or how to prep or what to believe in. That drives me crazy. I respect you for what you do. Respect me for what I believe. You know,
Exactly, Miss
we
Judy.
believe differently. But the ones that get me on here are the ones that are going and say they keep on pushing people's channels, and they don't want to talk to you. All they want to do is shout people out the whole 3 hours. And I that's a nice thing and everything, but my thing is I come on here for social reasons,
right.
not for to. And if
Instead of
I
the, what do
want
they
to
call them,
shout
grow
you out,
channels?
or yeah, if I want to shout
Yeah,
you
just
out
to
or
grow.
share
But the
you,
thing is, they're not going to grow if the people don't go back and visit. And you
right?
can't visit 6,000 people. You're going to get
Mm-mm.
lost. You're just going to be a number. So I don't know. I'm not in it for the numbers. I'm
Right.
in it for the friendships. Just like my friend Outlaw, he said he was feeling a little blue, but now he's feeling better. And I'm so glad
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
agree.
Judy May said she was feeling the same way. You know, I hope you guys get to feeling better. I hope I always make you feel welcome. I try to make everybody feel welcome, you know?
Well, there's been a shift in the air since 2023 hit, and I don't care what anybody says. There's a big shift that happened when this year hit. It was like I don't know what it was. I don't know whether it was because of the atmosphere or what. Because I know they're talking about something with the Earth and the way it's moving. But within 2 days, like Christmas, everybody was so happy. Within 2 days, people were back to being hateful. Now, can you imagine? They couldn't even wait 2 days not to be hateful.
Well,
You
I ain't
can't.
got
That's
time for it. I'm
that
not
can
going to
happen for
make time
sure.
for it. I mean, that's not
Yeah.
why I get on YouTube. I get on YouTube to have a good time. I get on
Yeah.
YouTube to hopefully brighten somebody's day,
Right?
uh, or maybe let them brighten my day. And Vicky, my friend Vicky, my friend Michelle, my friend Lisa, all my friends in the chat. I mean, most of the time, if something's bothering me, I'll tell y'all. I don't mind sharing.
Yeah.
I don't want y'all looking at me like, oh my God, something's wrong with Gail. If something's
Yeah.
wrong with me, I'm probably going to tell you. Or I'll tell you that it's private, which I don't know what that would be, but um, I just try
I
to
come
always
on
be
here. Yeah.
uplifting. But sometimes
Yeah.
I need to be lifted up too, you know?
Right?
Amen.
Right?
Yeah. We all do.
I mean, come on. Michelle even named a chicken after me, y'all.
Yeah.
save the chicken. You
How
save
about
it.
if now you can't eat that chicken, Michelle. You cannot eat her.
I want to
Well,
know,
But
you
you
name
gotta
it
go back and
96 or
watch
did you
that
name it
video.
Gail?
No,
Where
she
that
named her
chicken
Gail. Her
Gail
name is
called
Gail.
it. Gail, you called her Gail before I did. You said that white one's me.
You can't eat that chicken, Michelle.
Well, if it's a hen, she's gonna stay. But if she's a rooster, she's going in the pot.
No, it's a chicken. I think it's a hen.
I think
It
she's
looks
a
like
hen.
a hen to me.
I think she's the only hen.
Oh, am
I
I
think the
praying
rest.
for? Please let Gail be a hen.
I don't know, but that chicken fit
Well,
you just
my
remembering that
my
video.
daughter-in-law pitched a fit last night. She said, "I'm not eating those chickens." I said, "Well, you best not be eating no chicken at my house, then."
Right?
Oh, she said that.
Yeah, she said, "I ain't eating those chickens." I said, "Well, then
How
don't
are
eat
you
no
going to know
chicken."
if it's store bought or if it's from the
That's
yard? You'll
right.
never know once it's plucked.
She'll never
Hell, if
know.
I get hungry enough, I'll eat Gail's chicken leg.
And every time you go to the grocery store, where do you think those chickens came from?
Exactly.
Somebody's yard.
Honestly, that's fine.
I love chicken.
If she don't want to eat it, there'll be more for me.
Well,
That's what I said.
well,
Well, there's
she loves chicken, but she said she wasn't eating that chicken.
Well, she won't know it's that chicken unless you
That's
tell
what
her.
I said. That's what I said. I said, "Well, you're gonna be hungry around here if you won't eat animals that I've killed, because like
it's
the fish
time
you
for
didn't eat, I
come
killed
to
him.
meeting.
If
Y'all
the deer
know
meat,
that's the
I
way to
killed
go these
Chicken
him."
is
days.
so chicken
If
is
you
so
have the
versatile, and
ability
it
to
used
hunt,
to be one of the cheaper meats, but now, depending
yeah.
on
Chicken's
depending upon where
outrageous.
you get it from, it can be expensive.
I'll tell you what, never buy pork chops from Walmart now. They stay pink. That's just
Mhm.
off to me.
All of their meat is like that. Listen, did y'all know that they've been feeding us fake salmon for years and years and years without telling us?
What?
Do what?
No, I knew that.
There
Yeah.
is they modify and grow salmon like test tube like the Beyond
And
Meat.
pure
It's not really meat.
and
It's
test
not
tube
fish.
fishes.
It's test tube fishes. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't buy
It's
the
like
farm raised chicken seafood
you've been
anymore.
eating
You got to buy wild caught.
Well, I don't buy it, but I heard that the other day and I thought it sounds right to me. It's probably true. That's for sure.
you guys got to go back and think about supply and demand today too. There's a lot more people today than there was yesterday.
Well, not only that, people don't know where their food even came from before they went to Walmart to get it. People nowadays
That's
don't know
right.
that information. Like
I'd a
this,
lot
This
rather
is
eat
my
a
question.
chicken from Michelle's house than eat chicken from a grocery
Oh
store.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
But
Michelle knows what
not
she fed that chicken, how she raised it,
Yep.
what all it's eating, that
Humanely,
there's no chemicals for that
right?
chicken to ingest.
my
I
chicken's
mean,
eating a real chicken diet. I laugh every time I see the egg container. I laugh at the egg container where it says grain fed, cage free. Well, if you'll look into that, cage free means they're putting them in a big metal building with thousands and thousands and thousands in that
yeah.
one building.
And they give them shots to make sure they stay healthy.
Well, and
right.
And
they
they peck
To
at
only
make them
each
get
other, they
big.
peck at each other, they peck
Yeah.
at each other, they tear
Yep.
each other
Yep.
up.
and
Then they kill them.
they only feed
Yeah.
them grain, which is not a proper diet for a chicken.
Yep.
I don't give a
So,
daggone where they come from. I don't want to know. Don't want to look at them. All I want to do is eat them. If they smell good, taste good, I don't care.
that's
That's
right.
it. I
Pretty
don't
much
care.
same with steak and hamburger. I tend to buy the market side beef and steak when I do buy it because it actually tastes like what it used to
What
taste
beef?
like.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
real
but
beef.
they can put anything on them packages and say anything.
Well, the thing is, they're saying it, but people don't realize it's a freaking bald-faced lie. I mean,
Yeah,
they don't know the difference. That's what makes me upset. People don't know the difference.
I don't. I'm gonna die anyway, Michelle. I'm gonna go out
Well,
happy
I know.
eating that test tube meat. Give me that test tube steak. Yummy.
Well, I'm too cheap to be buying a salmon from the store any damn way. I'm not paying that kind of price for no kind of meat. I just kind of
No,
I can't do it.
you're
My
Well,
right.
if you have the ability to hunt and fish and raise chickens, that is the way to go.
Well, there's no statutes. We're unincorporated. I found out the other day still. So we're talking about getting hogs and goats as well.
Oh,
Screw it.
nice.
But that's a good idea. But the thing of it is, you still have to maintain those animals, and you still have to have you still have to have a certain amount of feed for them and shelter. I
Oh
mean, a
yeah.
lot of people go in, oh, I'm going to go homestead, and they don't got no place to put these things, and then they got a mess, and they can't take care of them.
Or they get in a situation like my husband. The first time we had rabbits, I was like, so when we
Yeah,
get rabbits, right? I mean, you're gonna feed them to people, so they're gonna want them dressed and ready to eat. Not they're not gonna take the rabbit live. Oh,
right.
no problem, no problem. He couldn't do it when it came to
Mm-mm,
doing it. He couldn't do it.
no.
So then we had pets for months and months and months after that, feeding something that wasn't gonna feed us.
Yeah.
Oh Lord,
So
rabbits. My brother raised rabbits.
well,
And it don't matter. Every time I went to his house, Michelle, it seemed like one of them damn things got loose, and I then ended up helping him run around that yard trying to catch it.
right.
But he'd kill him. He'd dress him and kill him, eat him. He didn't care.
Well, I was a lot younger then, and I wouldn't do it. I'll do it now. I'm
Mm-mm.
not no problem with me doing it now, but I wouldn't do it then. So we just quit
Well, we'll make
homesteading.
a deal. I'll help you take care of them, but you got to do the dressing and do that. And I'll cook them and stuff. You just kill them.
Well, what
How's
happened
that?
was we had a neighbor down the street who he's a true outdoorsman redneck. I mean, the true sense of
Yeah.
he didn't buy food from the store. Period. We made a deal with him when we had those chickens that time, and I mean the rabbits that time. We got half,
Hey,
and
Miss
he got half.
J.
Right. That's all
Khadijah
done.
is a beautiful name.
Done.
I know I love her name. Khadijah. Uh-oh. Hang on, y'all. I'll be right back.
Okay.
She got a phone call.
Got a phone call.
Be our
I couldn't figure out how to answer my phone just a minute ago when I was on y'all's like
49.95.
without putting her on the show.
Does she know she made herself bigger?
She wanted us to read her lips.
She just said, she said, is everything, it looked like she said something okay.
She's like,
Every,
oops.
everything okay?
When I was taking training to be a nurse's aide, I actually had to go. We one of our day's classes consisted of being confined to a wheelchair and doing things that way. Another one was to be blindfolded to realize how it was to not have our sight.
Ooh, that's a good training though. I mean, I don't think they do that
Yeah,
anymore.
it was. It helped me a lot. And then I took care of a lady that taught me how to lip read a little bit. She kind of taught me how to do it. Be careful, Gail. I'm watching you.
What?
No.
She was reading your lips.
We were just teasing. Is everything okay, honey? Nothing serious or nothing. No.
No, that was, I don't know what he was going to say. I had told him earlier that I was going to go live, and he said, "Do you hear me? Do you hear me?" I said, "No." He said, "Bye."
Bye. Oh my
He's on his
god.
way home.
Oh, dinner incoming.
All right.
Oh, Miss Kay said she just got off work. Her feet are hurting. Honey, I bet they are. That's
Girl, my
one
feet used to
hard-working lady
bark like
right there,
crazy
Miss
when I'd get off
Khadijah.
of work. I'd get home and sit down for an hour watching a movie or something, a show with my husband, and I'd get up and I looked like a 95-year-old lady that couldn't walk because my dogs were barking.
Exactly. Lord, if you ever get me to sit down after I get home, there's nothing else is happening. If I sit down first, I got to do all
Well,
the stuff and then sit down.
Yep, I hear
Well,
well, I
you.
tell you, I'm back to
that
wearing my Crocs at work, and thank goodness my boss don't have a problem with it because it helps all my feet problems. My feet does not bother me.
gives you
That's
that cushion
excellent. I
from
love
standing
Crocs. I
on
need
the.
to get a pair. And now that it's cold, I got to get a pair that are lined. Cause
Yeah,
you
that's
can
what
take
my
the
husband
girl out
got
of
me.
Florida, but you can't take the Florida out of the girl. I still wear flip flops if there's no snow on the ground. I don't care how cold it is.
Yep. John bought me with some with the fur inside the other day.
Oh, cousin loves you.
He's a
Him
keeper.
does. So now I don't have
Yes.
to wear my fuzzy socks.
I got my fuzzy socks on.
You know, the other
I
day I
got a
got a
bunch of them.
notification on my PC, my
Hmm.
bank, my bank letting me know that my mom deposited quite a bit of money into my account. So I called her last night. I'm like, what in the heck? It's not Christmas and it's not my birthday yet. Well, I bought your sister a dishwasher, and you know I have to treat y'all the
Oh,
same.
Did she feel guilty,
yeah.
so she gave you
So she
money?
gave me money, and she gave my brother money.
Oh,
Well, that was nice
That's so
of her.
sweet.
It is sweet,
That's how my
but
dad would do it.
unnecessary. Mom, keep your money. I don't need it.
Uh-oh.
If I need it, you'll know. You'll be the first one I call.
hey, Gray. Good to
Oh, see,
see
I have
you.
to tell my daughter she can't call mama for money because I got everything else but money for you, hon.
Yeah, that's
That's a
here too.
given.
That's here too.
I'll
well,
help you try to find some, but as far as giving some, I can't give money to
well,
people. I'm
that's what
not
I
rich.
told my
I
mom
never
when I
got
talked to her
rich
last
enough.
night. I said, "Well, that sucks for my kids because I got four of them and I ain't got much to
Yeah,
give."
Yeah.
Well, my
If I
thing
give money to
is,
one, I'm not giving
don't.
money to all four. I'll tell you.
My thing that I tell my kids is don't dig your hole so deep before you let me know you need help.
yeah. Because I
Let
can't
me
help
know
you
in
like
the
right now.
beginning.
I'm
Just
gonna have to do some moving
Don't
around to help.
yeah,
wait till you
everybody's
get a
path
thousand
is
dollars in the
different.
hole to holler because your mama ain't gonna be able to help you.
Yeah,
Right.
everybody's path is different. I mean,
So I mean, if you don't have
I've
it, you don't have it.
yeah, if you've got a roof over your head and food in your belly and clothes on your back and love in your life, and then you got more than any dollar bill could ever give you.
No doubt.
Like somebody told me, well, you ain't a good parent when you don't leave stuff to your kids when you die. And I said, well, I guess I
What?
ain't a damn good
All
parent
I'm
then.
all I'm
I
gonna
could,
have is bills to leave them, so that's what they get from
yeah,
me.
They
I
shouldn't
got
learn to depend on you for what they get when you
well,
die.
that's a choice, and a lot, and that's a choice of the person that's giving it to you. I mean, the best thing you can do to your children is teach them how to take care of themselves because that's what
Exactly. And that's
keep
what
them
I
out of
always
exactly.
said. By the
electrical. They
time you
won't
get
know.
my age, you know, I would hope my children could help me versus me
Yeah.
helping them because I've helped them their whole damn life. You know?
Right.
And the people our age, like I'm 60, so look, by the time I get ready for that stuff that I was promised I could retire on, there ain't gonna be none left. I'll guarantee you.
No. Yeah.
Well, back then they used to have all the, you know, whatever. When you worked a job for 30 years, you got a pension or whatever. They don't have that shit no
No,
more.
No, they
no.
don't. They don't care about employees anymore like they used to either. None of the
Right.
employers do. It's like my dad, working for Georgia Power for so long and then retired. I mean, he was a lineman and all kinds of jobs, but he's got had a decent retirement and got paid decent at the end of his career. But there's just not places like that hardly no more.
Oh no. And it's gonna be worse because just like here they talk about the machines in the restaurants. They're doing it here. There's a couple of McDonald's that there's nothing but the machine.
Mhm.
Pilot
Only a couple.
stores, huh?
That's almost all of them anymore. You can't get a
Yeah,
real
but
person to come help you.
they're actually there's because they're using that's what they want to do that because they have to pay McDonald's has to pay their employees $15 an hour. They're gonna go out of business.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And a lot of people that's why they're doing it because
Or they're bun free and it confuses the hell out of them. They don't need $15 an hour for that to be confused.
I'd be sitting there trying to mess with that machine. I'd give it 10,000 orders. Oh, I want pickles and onions on one, and onions and no hamburger on another one.
It took me a good 2 weeks to learn their register system between
Yeah,
switching between screens for breakfast and lunch and then
Yeah.
adding this and subtracting that. And oh, my lands, people come up with some concoctions these
It's
days.
I mean, it's been 20 years since I've used one of those registers. I bet I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
It's all.
Um,
I'd rather
I,
not mess with somebody's food. You know, that's
I
just
just
me
take the bun
though.
off myself now. I don't even ask them to take the bun off no more. It just damn confuses them.
I'll just
Give
show
me the
you where
bun,
your
I'll
food's
throw it
at.
away. Give me the damn
What's
bun,
a
I'll throw it
bun?
away myself.
Can you tell me what a bun is, ma'am? I don't know what a bun is. That's what they say. Look
Aisle
at you like,
five.
The bread. No bread. How hard is that to understand? No bread. Keep your damn fries. I want the side salad. At least I don't get charged extra anymore for ordering it like that. Before they let you choose whatever you wanted, they would charge you extra to substitute
yeah,
crap out like that.
charging you extra for not having a bun. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You know,
That's
it's
crazy.
costing them less.
you know those kiosks they put in about 5 years ago, 3 years ago,
Hmm.
and they want people to order off the kiosks and not
Hmm.
go to the cashier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Those things are so nasty.
they are
You're
gross.
not allowed to use water on them or cleaner on them.
They're supposed
And
to have those disinfectant electronic wipes, but ask anybody in a McDonald's for one of
I
those, and they
I've
look
been
at you like,
I've been there.
"What
I've cleaned
kids?"
them. I don't give a
Right.
shit what you say. You know they have the bucket of sanitized towels soaking in a bucket behind the counter.
That they
I'll
just
wring
use
those
all
bad
damn day
boys
long.
out and I'll
That's
wipe those down
gross.
real gently. The hell I'm gonna touch that screen. Ugh. Especially when people go to the bathroom first and then come out and order later.
Right. I know I was telling my husband, one of his really good friends is in the hospital. He had a heart attack and he was gonna go by the hospital to see him today. And I told him, I said, now when you get in that elevator, don't lean back and put your hand on that handrail. And if somebody else is in the elevator, you let them mash the button. I said, and if you have to mash the button, use your knuckle. Just use your knuckle.
Or pull down your sleeve, yeah.
Yeah, bump it. Do it with your elbow. Because yeah, I mean, our hands go to our face so easy. You just don't, think. And then I mean, you're doing
Well,
this, and
yeah.
you know,
Your fingernails. I don't care how many times you wash your hands a day. If you look under your fingernails, you're still going to find stuff. That's why I don't keep long fingernails. I don't keep
hey,
my fingernails
Cleveland.
long. I can't stand stuff under fingernails. Because you go to the bathroom and you do things, personal hygiene things, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and everybody picks their nose. I don't care what you
But you
say.
know what?
Everybody
Let me
does.
tell y'all something funny. We got these. We have two bathrooms. We have a public bathroom and a bathroom for ourselves. And they put the keys on these PVC pipes, and they're about this
And,
long. Well, you
and
can't
people
see
lay them in the floor.
about this long.
Ugh,
And
gross.
when they hand it back to you, a lot of times it's wet.
Yeah.
You
Ugh.
don't know whether it's water or whether it's pee.
What,
Yeah.
right?
And I hate to grab that thing.
A happy mixture of both.
Yeah, exactly. Or it might be something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I ain't gonna tell y'all what I call that stick, but y'all can imagine if you use your imagination.
Oh, I believe it.
The
Ugh,
shit stick.
no,
Get your stick stick. Sister, get your stick
it
stick.
rhymes with sick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like messing with it. I'll tell them just lay it down right there, and when the next one
I'll
comes,
give
I'll
you
say
in a
there it
minute.
is right
It's a
there.
word that's got ick in it. It's got ick in it. It's an ick word.
Right, the ick stick. That's what I call it. But
It
where our
picked up the
carousel
pen.
is that you put your bags, there's the
Yeah.
carousel sitting on this metal counter, and I just tell them to lay it down right there beside the carousel, and that way when the next one comes up and asks me for the key, I said there it is right there. That way I don't have to touch it.
Right.
Yep,
We
because that
don't
thing
have
is
that
nasty.
here.
And then at the end of the night, I put my hand into a Dollar General bag and I pick it up and I hang it up like that.
Yep.
Ew.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with being safe. Better
That's
to be
right.
safe than sorry.
No doubt.
See, I got one of those little things you grab are grabbers. I grab
Yeah,
everything with that. I'm always walking around the house with it. I said, why couldn't I have one of these when I was young? I'd have been really whipping, snapping, cleaning up all the time. Well, they're handy when stuff like when stuff gets in between your stove, something drops down in there and you
that's
can't get
right.
your hand down in there,
Or up
stuff
under the
like that.
couch.
Yeah, or up on the refrigerator because I'm short. I mean, I can't
Or
reach up
a
to that.
canned good that's 3 shelves up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Before I met my husband, I used to climb my countertops all the time to get shit. But then he was like, that's
yeah,
dangerous. So I haven't done it in nearly 20 years. So I've lost the ability to gracefully get up on the countertop.
yeah.
So I just call him
Absolutely.
into the kitchen. I
Yeah,
need your help.
I got myself a step stool because I got tired of asking everybody to help me, so I just bought a damn step stool to put in there.
I do have one. Sometimes he doesn't like the way I stand on it, though.
Well, you're not supposed to stand on it and tippy toe it now. Come on. Or as my chiropractor says, you use that step stool, and if you have to lean over to contort yourself to get another surface, you should really reposition yourself.
Yes, I wash my hands constantly too, Outlaw. I sure do. My hands stay dry, and so when I'm at home, I'm constantly putting on lotion,
Yep.
because the hand sanitizer just dries my hands out.
I seen a person catch their hand on fire with that stuff one day.
What?
Good night.
Back when it first come out, yeah. When it first come out, they went to light a cigarette.
Jesus.
Oh God, Vicky.
Set himself on fire.
It wasn't the bad part, but it could have been if they didn't react.
I witnessed the worst case of an accident in an employer ever at Burger King, working at Burger King. I worked the really early morning shift, and the guys that were working the overnight shift was about to get off, and he had put down fries, and he reached his bare hand down in there to get the basket instead of using the big glove that you're supposed to have. Oh, it was
Oh,
nasty.
nasty.
It was nasty, like
I'm
third degree
like just,
burns. His skin was just
ugh,
melted off. Oh,
yeah.
Hey, Cleveland, Judy
Yeah,
May
I'll call
wants to know,
him
have you gone
tomorrow.
out fishing lately? Have you caught any more of them big
If your
brim?
boss has a problem with that, he can argue it with me.
Well,
My
I tell you,
husband's
I'm
boss said,
very,
I need you
very
to come in
lucky.
tomorrow. We're expecting a snowstorm. I said, well, you're not going into work tomorrow. We don't have a winter safe vehicle at the moment. And I said, if your boss got a problem with that, he can take it up with me.
he can call me. Call Mama D.
That's right.
Hey, you got to weigh your. Sometimes you got to use your own judgment.
Well,
But
they've been working from home for 2 years. In the last 3 months, they're asking them to come back 2 to 3 days a week. But tomorrow's supposed to expect a snowstorm or a storm system, and he's got a sports car.
oh
We
well,
haven't been able to fix the winterized car yet. So,
It
he's not
used to
going to
not
take
bother me to.
his expensive sports car into work on a slick road. No way.
It used to not bother me to drive in those kind of conditions until one time I had to drive 30 miles in reverse, staring at the
Oh,
car that was behind me. I slipped on snow, and I tried to find a good spot to back up and turn myself back around, but there wasn't one, so I just kept driving in reverse. I thought,
oh my gosh,
I'm going
girl.
to get as close as I can to the house, but now I hardly ever get out of it because that just broke me that day. I was thinking that $100 was not worth this drive
uh-uh,
back home.
no.
What I do find funny is, back in the 70s, you can remember the commercials. They'd show Minnesota and these people walking in the wind, and they're walking into the wind with their coats up around their ears and stuff. And it was always about the cold medicines and stuff.
Hmm.
Now you
Hmm.
get 1 to 2 inches, and they're like, oh, it's a snowstorm. Like,
I mean,
really?
if we get
Seriously?
if we get 2 inches here, the whole freaking county shuts down. I mean,
That's
Yeah,
when I
schools
was
and
in elementary
ours too.
school.
Ours
When I
too.
was in elementary school, I lived in Mississippi. You got 1 inch and it drifted to 3 against the building. They'd shut the schools down, but not up
Yep, they
north.
do that here too.
Right.
No, no.
And the
I don't
Dollar
know what
General will be the last one to close. They come
but
in, they buy all the milk, the eggs, the bread, the water.
Like they're gonna
They'll all
starve.
be gone. The
It's
flashlights,
just
the
a
batteries,
terrible.
the candles.
People that in that climate don't know how to handle that kind of driving either. That's the thing. That's why they do that. They close it down because safety issues. You got somebody out there don't know how to drive in the snow or a
Right.
little bit of
Yeah,
cold weather. Well,
well,
you're gonna die unnecessarily.
here about 4 years ago, the superintendent decided to leave the school kids in class way too long, and because we usually don't get what they say we're getting, right? Well, this time we got it, and kids got stranded at school, and the parents trying to go get them got stranded on the side of the road. It was just a
right. It's
bad deal.
dangerous.
Wow.
So now they're just they're overly scared or cautious, and they just cancel it at any given little thing now.
Well, I don't
Th-
know how our school system is like connected or whatever with like the weather, but if they think we're going to get a really, really bad storm here, they'll send the kids home.
Yeah, no, which is what they should do. You know, we have rules and guidelines in place now that weren't in place 6 years ago. We probably warned 6 years ago because my kids were in school that year, and they're 25 and 22. So
Mine are getting old, Michelle.
I
My
know.
youngest are 30 plus. They'll be
Well,
31 this year. My eldest is 35 or going to be 36 this year.
I'm a grandma, Lisa. I'm a grandma now.
Aw.
She's
Yeah.
I've
got
been
some beautiful grandbabies.
I
I've
went
got
from
one
0 to 3 in 1 year.
I got one grandbaby and he turned 15 this year.
Y'all.
What?
Are you still
That'll
there?
be in a minute. He called a while ago.
Well, you know
Hey,
that the only reason
cut the
why
light
they
on
want to
for
keep
him.
the kids in school is because they get that money off of them babies. He's
Oh yeah,
only one
they
attendance
got
for.
yeah, they got from 8 to 10, and then after 10 o'clock, they don't care if they send them home after 10 because then they get their money from the
That's right.
government. You're right. Unfortunately, it all boils down to the damn dollar.
The times that I lived up north going to school, they only shut down early one day.
Oh yeah, they didn't shut down schools because of the weather up north. It had to
Mm-mm.
be really bad, really,
Yep.
really bad. But they
Well,
were
you ain't
they
never
were
seen more
very
excited kids than when they said we're shutting down at noon and y'all are going home.
Right.
Because that
yeah.
never
When
happened.
you get up in the morning, then it snowed, and you're waiting for your school to be announced. Come on, save my school. Come
I
on,
keep
come
hitting the
on.
wrong button, y'all.
That is
It's
true.
okay.
There were times that, you'd wait for the school listing to see if the schools are going to be shut down. You had to get ready for school just in case they didn't, but I've lived
Yeah.
half
Well,
my
my
life up
dad
north and
was
half my life in the
my dad
south.
was a custodian in the schools, so it didn't matter whether it snowed. He had to go to work. Period. So most of the time we had day off. I'd end up going with them anyway, because they had to go and clear off the sidewalks and everything still.
All right, ladies, evening has approached, and Mike and I are going to spend the evening together. So, y'all have a great night.
Oh,
Y'all have a great date night
Yeah,
again.
you tell
Well,
Mr.
thank
Mike
you.
I say hello.
Miss
Yeah.
Gail says hello.
We all say hello, Mr. Mike.
He
hello,
probably
Mike.
doesn't remember you. I'll remind him when I get off of here.
Yeah, it won't take much to remind him, will it, Lisa?
All right,
I
ladies,
got
have a great night. Everybody in
too.
chat, it
See
was
you
great to meet
later.
you and
Thank you for
see
coming
you.
Y'all,
in.
Nice
Take
to
care.
see you again. I got to
She's
get
such
off
a
here too.
sweetheart.
Really,
mhm.
Bill's gonna be home in a minute too.
Yeah, I guess I better be getting off here too. John ought to be here in a few minutes. Uh-oh.
There he is.
No, Cheryl just popped back in.
Oh,
Nope.
Tara just popped back in.
oops.
See,
She said goodbye. Goodbye, y'all. Look, too late.
I'm so
Goodbye.
glad y'all came on. I'm glad everybody in the chat came in. Um,
shoot.
Outlaw, hope you continue to feel better. You and Miss Judy May. Michelle, you take care of that hand, girl. Don't be overdoing it with that vacuum.
Well, I'm done with that part. I'm almost out of here. Just taking me a little longer nowadays.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Can
Yeah.
you bring your own vacuum?
I can, but I'm a little bit too OCD about that. Most of these people are clean anyway, but
I understand that.
I'd rather
Yeah,
use theirs and leave it here.
yeah. Plus the wear and tear on your equipment.
Well, plus I'm allergic to cats, and some of these customers have cats in the
Yeah.
house, and so
Yeah,
I
well,
don't
I
want
was
to do
thinking
that.
like maybe
A
have
lot of
one
people
just to
do.
do customers' houses with, not one that you share.
Oh, yeah. I don't do that anymore because they just all wanted something different, and the houses are all different, so
Right,
it
right.
just works out better for me.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I
get-
know
I'm
people who do
yeah.
that clean and take all their own stuff, even the cleaning chemicals and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Miss
I
Kay,
only
it was
believe.
good to see you.
Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk
Okay,
to
I
you
goodbye.
love
later.
y'all. And I'll
Bye,
see y'all
guys.
next time.
All right, just
See y'all later. Have a
keep
good
it.
night.
Bye, y'all. Get out of my room.
Okay, goodbye.